Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please remain standing, remove your hats, and stand at attention as Miss Bisman Power 100 team Kira Rambosic sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ringed out, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I am right behind you guys. Oh, hi. Someone got it before I got to you, huh?
Hello everyone and welcome to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark, where today we have a red-hot rematch between two arch rivals in the ILB. The Badlands Big Sticks look for a series-clinching win tonight against the Spearfish Sasquatch. Hello and welcome to Dickinson, North Dakota for this rival rematch on a beautiful Wednesday night. I'm your host, Dylan Simmons, and we are coming off a dramatic opening day in the ILB. The Fremont Moo took home a 5-1 road victory against the Hastings Sodsbusters. The Nebraska Prospects took a 3-0 victory over the Oahe Zap, and the Badlands Big Sticks claimed a dominant 12-4 win over the Spearfish Sasquatch right here at DCB&T. For the Sasquatch tonight, it's all about vengeance against the team that exploited them for 12 runs, and that will require major adjustments to the pitching rotation and a few more drives for the batters. For Badlands, it's all about keeping the foot on the accelerator and finishing what you started last night. The Big Sticks' 12 runs were thanks to consistent hitting from the likes of Balas Buckmaster, Joe Osborne, and especially Danny Rogers. Rogers hit a towering grand slam in the bottom of the second inning yesterday to change the tide of the game, and the Big Sticks never looked back. Will today be more of the same, or can the Sasquatch emerge from the woods with a new hunger and drive? That much will be seen shortly. It's now time to look at your starting lineups for tonight's game. And for the Spearfish Sasquatch, we see leading off Luis Reyes at shortstop, Jack Naylor for designated hitter, DJ Van Atten at first base, Christian Soto at third base, Daniel Thiessen in center field, Shaz Crook at second base, Parker Bleggy at left field, Trey Vorwald at right field, and Brian Rosales makes his debut. He will be the catcher tonight. And the starting pitcher for the Sasquatch will be Levi Graham, his first time as the starting pitcher in this young season. And now for the Badlands Big Sticks, leading off will be center fielder Quade Peters. At left field will be Joe Osborne. First base will be Cooper Hill. At catcher will be Danny Rogers tonight in place of Isaac Huddle. Balas Buckmaster will be at second base. Preston Jones at third base. Isaac Huddle will instead this time be working in a different location. Alex Erlob will be shortstop, and Cam Crater will be at right field. The starting pitcher tonight for the Badlands Big Sticks is Jack Bright, making his first starting pitching night of the season, and he's coming out of Minot State as a temporary player for the Badlands Big Sticks. It's almost time to get down to business, folks, and tonight should be a very, very interesting matchup. We talked a lot yesterday about how Spearfish was looking to do more of the same as they had ended the season last year with a playoff series victory against the Badlands Big Sticks, but last night was sweet, sweet victory for the Badlands Big Sticks, and they want more of that against Spearfish tonight. But it's a whole new game and a whole new atmosphere, and with that comes a lot of new stakes that could arise for both teams. Here we go, folks. Luis Reyes will lead off for Spearfish. we will get our first look at the starting pitcher tonight for the Badlands Big Sticks, Jack Bright. First pitch. That one a bit too far to the outside. That'll make it a 1-0 count. This one again to the outside on the fastball for a 2-0. Count. And beautiful fastball right up the middle for a strike, his first. Gives us a 2-1 count. Another chance for Reyes. And another fastball. We're seeing a lot of that early here. Bright very much using that pitch to great effectiveness, but he does have 3 balls to 1 strike. Can he get a full count? Again to the outside. No, they're going to call that a strike. So Reyes thought it was a ball, was heading over to first base, but not so fast, my friend. Instead, it's going to be a full count on the breaking ball. Here's the payoff for Bright. This one swung towards left field, brings it in, over to first base, and an easy out. So the Big Sticks off to a nice start, as that was Preston Jones who brought it in over from the third base position and got it to first base into the hands of Cooper Hill. Next up, it'll be Jack Naylor, the DH for tonight for the Spearfish Sasquatch. And we'll see what he can do for Spearfish. Already 1 out for the Big Sticks, off to a pretty good start overall. Jack Bright, despite the big circumstances and kind of being thrust into this position, certainly isn't letting the lights be too bright, even though the lights aren't really on yet. This one delivered towards right field, and a spectacular catch with his glove hand. Are you kidding me? Woo! A brilliant catch by the first baseman, Cooper Hill. He was not going to let that one get past. Sizzling like bacon on a pan. Beautiful. 2 outs now for the Sasquatch. Breaking ball to the inside. DJ Van Atten up to bat. From Ada, Oklahoma, plays out of Southern Nazarene University. The next pitch. This one to the outside, and that'll give us a second straight ball for the 2-0 count. It's a windy night, folks. You'd think we were in Chicago with all the wind we have. There's another strike. 2-1 count. But conditions in North Dakota are known to change, and prime example right here. And Bright wants to keep the pace going, but yet another ball and another 3-1 count. He was able to get out of that log jam last time. We'll see if he can do it again. The 3-1 coming up. This one fouled off, and that will quickly go into the parking lot, Souvenir City, and maybe some broken glass to boot. Full count. And he is going to walk DJ Van Atten, so a mistake early from Jack Bright, and the Spearfish Sasquatch are going to capitalize. Next up for Spearfish, it will be Christian Soto, the third baseman. Soto already has 1 hit and 1 RBI on the year to go along with a .33 batting average. He's got 2 outs to work with and a runner on first. And a nice breaking ball, a curve slash slurve to the inside, and an 0-1 count. A 1 count. This one high, and a 1-1. As I mentioned prior, Soto with a hit and RBI on the year. He was able to help score one of the 4 runs for the Sasquatch. He'll send this one over towards third base, going towards first, and another easy out, and the Badlands Big Sticks are going to lock down this half inning. Some beautiful infielding by this Big Sticks defense, and they deny the Spearfish Sasquatch of any runs. Stay tuned. We'll be right back from Dickinson, North Dakota.
You have many co-pilots in life. And for 4 generations, we've been happy to help keep you on the road with all of them. Whether it's your first vehicle or your 10th, we're proud to be at your side when you need us. Think of us as the co-pilot that keeps you in the driver's seat. We've been proud to be by your side for 100 years. Here's to the next 100. Sachs Motor Company in Dickinson, North Dakota.
For working on your swing, learning the game of golf, watching a sporting event, or just relaxing and having a drink, the newly renovated Just Golf in Dickinson is just the ticket. Featuring a Foresight golf simulator and a great lounge area with beer, wine, and other drink options available. Just Golf is a great option for any get-together. Book a time online at justinglassnd.com or call us at 483-JUST. For a premium indoor golf experience, Just Golf is just what you need.
Welcome back to beautiful DC B&T Ballpark, live in Dickinson, North Dakota, between the Badlands Big Sticks and Spearfish Sasquatch. And we're going to get our first look today for Spearfish. On the mound in his first game, it is going to be Levi Graham, number 34. His first work today with the Spearfish Sasquatch and his first of the series. Graham looks to be a solid pitcher today. Sophomore right-handed pitcher from Tempe, Arizona, and plays for Cerro Coso Community College. This year he pitched 16.1 innings and gave up 21 hits, 13 runs, 17 strikeouts, and an ERA of 7.16. Played high school at Valley Christian. He'll deliver this one to the inside, and that will be a strike. He was once the number 33 right-handed pitcher and number 106 overall pitcher in Arizona. Senior season, a thing of beauty. An ERA of 1.75 and a 9-1 record as he delivers a four-seam fastball right down the middle. Even still, it's a 1-1 count. Levi Graham definitely presents a very unique challenge to these big sticks. Let's see what Quade Peters can do about it. This one bobbled. Unable to hold on to it that time was Brian Rosales. Again, a new catcher in tonight for the Sasquatch. Also in his first game of the season. The 2-1 count now for Peters. Quade sends this one to the shortstop. He's going to field it, throw to first, and he just holds on to it for the out. Boy, that one was close, but some great fielding by DJ Van Atten to clinch that ball into his glove and get the out. Time to hop on the crazy train as we'll get a quick look on the replay. And look at the way that they field the ball, and then this toss had to be just on point, and boy, Van Atten did a fantastic job to stay on the bag. One out now. The conductor of the crazy train, Joe Osborne. As this one will go right past him for a ball. Osborne had an RBI triple last night. The only triple from either side. .250 batting average, 1 hit and 2 RBIs thus far on the season. This one to the inside for a 2-0. Two-0 count, one away, no runners on base. Well to the outside on the breaking ball. Third straight ball thrown by Levi Graham, and a 3-0 count. And they're going to check back for a strike, and a much needed one for Graham, who is staring a walk dead in the face. Instead, he gets the 3-1 count. Ooh, and that one is going to go for a ball, even if it didn't tag Osborne. He's going to first base. So the Badlands Big Sticks get a free trip to first, and Osborne says, thank you very much. I'll take that every day. So 4 balls delivered by Levi Graham, and that should allow for the next man up for the Badlands Big Sticks in Cooper Hill. The lefty, the first baseman. And Hill had a very up and down game last night. 1 hit, 1 run. Was solid, but didn't have the spectacular showing that he would hope for, but he still finds himself in very good position. He'll foul this one towards left field. That gives us a 0-1 count. Big Sticks have a runner on first base, and Joe Osborne. And keep an eye on this wind, folks. It could very well change the direction of the ball, no matter who is going to be up to bat. And it looks like Osborne's going for second on the foul. It's not going to matter, as he is going to have to head back to first base. I like the idea, though. You got to be aggressive if you want to steal those bases, and that's exactly what Joe Osborne was looking for. You're not going to get anywhere just standing pat, and we didn't see a lot of stolen base opportunities for the Big Sticks last night, so the aggressiveness, certainly something to keep an eye on in this one. Here's the 0-2. Hill sends this one high into left field, and it is brought down nicely. So the Sasquatch are going to deny Cooper Hill, and they will keep Joe Osborne at first base, the second out here in the bottom of the first. But look out below, because here comes Danny Rogers. Quick look back at the catch. And good pursuit that time by the Sasquatch. So here comes the man who delivered the first grand salami of the ILB season, Danny Rogers. Has a team-leading 6 RBIs, and again, Osborne's going for second. This time he's gonna make it. He is safe at the Keystone base. And again, that's the aggressiveness you like to see from your runners. He gets himself and his team one step closer, and especially when you have 2 outs, you have to be aggressive to a point. Wouldn't be shocked if you might go for third if the circumstances dictate that. The 1-0 count. Graham taking his time. And a strike, a nice fastball from Levi Graham, 78 that time. That gives us a 1-1. And those are the kinds of pitches that Graham is going to have to stay accurate on as this game progresses forward. You don't want to give the Big Sticks hitters any opportunities, because that is where they're so well disciplined and they'll eat you alive. High pitch this time. Again, right along the seam, but it is a ball for a 2-1. You see Osborne in the background there. Pretty big leadoff. Curious to see how much of a leadoff he'll keep and maintain, and if the Sasquatch want to exploit that. Big shot into left field, and it is going to settle down for a fair ball, and that is going to score a run. The Big Sticks are on the board first, and it's going to be an RBI double for Danny Rogers, picking up right where he left off. The 1-0 lead for the Badlands Big Sticks, much like last night. They strike first, and Danny Rogers has his 7th RBI of the year. He is becoming an RBI machine. So a 1-0 lead now for the Big Sticks. Next up to bat for Badlands. In the 5th position is Balas Buckmaster. Back at it, playing second base tonight. And a nice strike from Graham. That'll give us an 0-1. Last night, Balas had a .250 batting average, 1 hit and 1 RBI. He helped deliver the first RBI of the season for the Big Sticks last night. That's what catapulted them to the initial 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Very similar to what we just saw with Danny Rogers. Rogers currently at second base. The 1-1 count. Balas scoots away. Boot, scoot, and boogie to the inside. And that'll give us a 2-1 count. Balas 1 for 4 in his total at-bats. Wasn't able to always get the hits he wanted. Chance to redeem himself here. To the outside he goes on the quick cutter. And a 3-1 count. Two outs. Big Sticks up 1. Swing and a miss, and Balas Buckmaster is now up to 3-2. Full count coming up. A chance to stay in it, but the Sasquatch also have a chance to strand the Big Sticks at second base. Can Balas Buckmaster deliver? Big one to left field, and it's bobbled. He's going to go over to first base, and the Sasquatch do get that out. A little bit of drama, but Spearfish able to handle it. But the Badlands Big Sticks with the RBI machine, Danny Rogers, get the early run, and they're up 1-0 here in Dickinson, North Dakota. Come right back.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
You all heard the saying, if you go paperless, you can save a tree. Well, when you go paperless with Consolidated, not only will you save a tree, but you'll also save time and money with AutoPay and paperless billing. Sign up today and get a one-time credit up to $10 and a chance to win $150 more. This offer is for residential customers only. Some exclusions apply. Offer expires June 30th. AutoPay and paperless billing. Sign up today by calling 483-4000. Consolidated. Reach the world from here.
Welcome back to beautiful DCB&T Ballpark in Dickinson, North Dakota. The Badlands Big Sticks up with a 1-0 lead on the Spearfish Sasquatch, courtesy of Danny Rogers, who delivered an RBI double that sprung Joe Osborne to home plate. Big Sticks have a 1-0 lead. So Spearfish is going to have to try to respond. They're going to look to do just that in a moment. For the first time, there'll be Chaz Crook up to bat tonight. He'll be coming up right after Daniel Thiessen in the number 38 position for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Big Sticks lead. This one too high, and a 1-0 count. And that quick tempo continues. Jack Bright showing just how bright he is from the mound. He wants to keep the pressure on these Spearfish Sasquatch batters. The 1-1. Slider, and that'll give us a 1-2. Beautiful strike. We've seen a few of those from Bright. Here's the southpaw once again. This time, well to the outside, and that'll give us a 2-2. Chaz Crook trying to respond. He'll foul this one up to right field. It'll quickly go out of play. Last night, Crook had just one hit, although he did have a .333 batting average. Trying to add to that. And that one will give us a full count of 3-2. And another chance here for Thiessen. And Thiessen is going to get walked. So Daniel Thiessen gets a free trip to first base. And a mistake from Jack Bright. Now we're going to get Chaz Crook. Very similar numbers, 38 and 35. So if you're squinting, you can see it, but sometimes it's going to be a little bit tougher to tell who it is. Here's Chaz Crook from Orem, Utah. Plays out of Waubonsee Community College. And he's going to send this one right underneath the legs of Jack Bright, and a bobble from Balas Buckmaster, and they're going to be safe at first and second. Like a game of Twister, it went right through the legs of Jack Bright on the return, and the Spearfish Sasquatch able to capitalize at first and second. So an unfortunate circumstance for the Badlands Big Sticks, but the Spearfish Sasquatch are in prime position to potentially capitalize with Parker Bleggy next up to bat. And Bleggy was another one of those players who were looking for a big night, didn't quite have the night he wanted last night. He's going to, wow, what a bunt that was. And he's not going to be able to get to first base, but he does move the Spearfish Sasquatch to second and third. A beautiful sac bunt. And that will deliver the Sasquatch into even better position to score their first run. They've now got runners at second and the hot corner. And now time for the next man up to bat. It's Trey Vorwald, who was not in the starting lineup last night, although he did play as a pinch hitter. Wasn't able to register a hit in that game. Slider. And a 1-0 count here for Jack Bright. This one high, and again a ball. 2-0 count for Vorwald. Vorwald plays out of Millikan University. And trying to represent his college proud right here. The 2-0. This time we get the strike, and that'll give us a 2-1. Vorwald, a redshirt sophomore. Had a .059 batting average for Millikan this past year. 7 runs and 1 hit. He sends this one towards the dugout of the Big Sticks, and it'll be a foul. And we're going to stay at 2-2 for the moment. Big Sticks clinging to the 1-0 lead. 1 out right now for Spearfish to work with. Could see a potential sacrifice bunt if that's what they decide to go for. But for now, it remains 2-2. Here's the pitch, well to the outside. Full count coming up with a 3-2. And time for Jack Bright to be very careful in this scenario. The payoff. He'll send this one up towards Bright. He can't field it, and the Sasquatch are going to score a run. So Spearfish is able to get a run on the Badlands Big Sticks. They tie up the game as Daniel Thiessen reaches home plate. And not to mention the fact that Vorwald is going to be safe at first base, so that worked out perfectly for the Sasquatch, and the inability to field by Jack Bright ended up costing them. It's a tie game. Brian Rosella is next up to bat from Rapid City, South Dakota for the Spearfish Sasquatch. And that will give us a 1-0 count. Rosellas, also in his first game as a starter, did not play at all last night for Spearfish, getting his first taste of ILB action this season. And he'll foul this one towards the backstop and up into the net. Gives us a 1-1. The ILB season is now in full swing across the Great Plains area of the United States. A couple of teams besides the Big Sticks able to clinch victory last night. And he's going for second base. It's well over the head. And the Sasquatch are going to score a run instead. A 2-1 lead now for Spearfish as Chaz Crook, by hook or by crook, he gets to home plate. And he gives Spearfish a 2-1 lead on the wild throw over the second baseman for the Big Sticks. As the Big Sticks just could not field it. Balas Buckmaster was nearby and he couldn't find it in time. And this time, he struck out his man. So Rosellas heads back to the dugout, and that will give Spearfish their second out here in the top of the second, excuse me. Luis Reyes will be the next man up to bat. This one will be sent for a ball and a 1-0 count. 2 outs, runner on second for Spearfish. This one sent towards the outside for the 2-0. Trey Vorwald at second base currently. And we've seen both teams be willing to steal bases, especially in this windy environment. That makes that opportunity all the more appetizing for these teams. This one sent high. A third straight ball for Jack Bright. A few mistakes for him, and he hasn't had the inning that he was looking for against the Spearfish Sasquatch early on. It's put them in prime position. This time he gets the strike and a 3-1. And we've seen that a few times tonight with him. Throws about 2 or 3 balls and then delivers that strike, and from there it's almost like he can get on a roll with Spearfish. But it's not going to work this time. He's going to walk Luis Reyes. He's headed to first base, and Spearfish is going to get another base runner, and that will give them runners on first and second now. Jack Naylor will be the next man up to bat, the DH back in position, with a chance to give Spearfish more incentive to score runs. Sasquatch with 2 outs. Badlands only needs 1 out here to close out this half inning, but it hasn't been one that they have been eager to remember, let's say. The 1-0 count. And that will be yet another ball. And Jack Bright, in his last 6 pitches, has delivered 5 balls to just 1 strike. Has also walked a man. And a 3rd straight ball for a 3-0 count. And he might be on the verge of getting bases loaded for Spearfish. Bright is really going to have to lock down. This time he'll get his strike, much like what we saw in the last at-bat for the 3-1. Keep an eye on Trey Vorwald at center field. This one sent towards third. A diving attempt. It's not going to work. He is rushing towards home plate. Here comes Vorwald. Can he make it? He can. He's safe at home. And Spearfish puts another one on the board. A 3-1 Sasquatch lead. And a waterfall of scoring here in the top of the second. Well, for the show Finding Bigfoot, we now know the identity of the Sasquatch. They're finding it more and more here in the top of the second. And they are putting the Badlands Big Sticks on the ropes. Swing and a miss. DJ Van Atten unable to make contact. He catches nothing but air. Sasquatch still have runners on first and second. RBI single for Naylor now. And the Big Sticks are going to have to lock down in a hurry, or things may go haywire quickly. High into center field. This one's going to be back towards the wall, towards the track, and he comes down with it. The Big Sticks able to avoid any further damage. A clutch catch at center field, but the Spearfish Sasquatch pour it on with 3 runs in the top of the second. They're putting Badlands on the ropes. What will be the Big Sticks' response? We'll see when we come back.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, we're leaders in the egg industry. Our egg lenders grew up farming and ranching, and they understand egg operations.
With our agribusiness lending experience, we can help you with your financing.
We specialize in egg real estate, operating lines of credit, and cattle and machinery financing. To serve you, we need to hear you.
So stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Back here in Dickinson, North Dakota, between the Badlands Big Sticks and the Spearfish Sasquatch, the Sasquatch able to take a 3-1 lead in the top of the second inning, and they have put the Badlands Big Sticks, who smoked them last night, on the ropes. Badlands looking for a big response here in the bottom of the second. We'll see Preston Jones be the leadoff runner for the Big Sticks. He'll give them their first opportunity to potentially tie this game. But he's going to need a partner in crime in order to make that happen. He'll have Isaac Huddle waiting in the wings. Jones, the third baseman, he'll be leading off. Jones with a .667 batting average coming into this game. 2 hits and 3 runs last night. One of the most consistent hitters the Big Sticks have. He'll watch this one be delivered for yet another strike. And Levi Graham continues to find his wheelhouse here in Dickinson. The 0-1 count. This time well to the outside on the slider, and a 1-1. And as the Big Sticks, you don't want to overcompensate. There's still plenty of time to stage a comeback if need be. But you also have to understand the urgency of the situation. This one fouled towards the net. And that will be a 1-2 count. So another chance for Preston Jones, but he's only got so much leeway to work with. Here comes the 1-2. Jones sends this one towards third. It's going to be a foul. And so we'll remain at 1-2. Another thing, the Sasquatch infielding and outfielding has been sensational in this game thus far. Big Sticks have not had the same success. This one caught by head coach Cameron Guevara. Nice catch, coach, with his bare hand. Current acting head coach, along with Michael Cavini. He'll be an assistant coach once head coach Jordan Price comes in, but you have to think Coach Jordan is liking what he's seeing thus far. This one high into center field, back towards the wall. It drifts towards right, and the Sasquatch come up with it. Another great job of outfielding by Spearfish, especially in that sun. Trey Vorwald brings it in, and a quick out for the Big Sticks. Next up, it will be Isaac Huddle, the DH for the night, the only registered catcher on the team, even though the Big Sticks do have a different catcher tonight in Danny Rogers. One out. And the cutter to the inside, and that will be a ball for a 1-0 count. Big Sticks looking for a response. Cracks this one high into left field, and a congregation of Sasquatch down there trying to chase down the foul ball. They cannot. So a foul ball, and another chance coming up here for Isaac Huddle. And he was running too. He got all the way to second base before he eventually was disappointed and he realized, I gotta turn around. Not a fun feeling for a batter, but you like the effort regardless. The 1-1 count. Here's Huddle. Cracks this one towards right field, and a great job of fielding. Can he get it on his back? What an out! Are you kidding me? A sensational job of fielding by Spearfish. Take a look at this, folks. On his back. He sends this one over to DJ Van Atten. Sensational. Give a clap to Chaz Crook. Are you kidding me? If we had SC top 10, that would have to be close to number 1. A fantastic play, and now 2 outs for the Big Sticks. This one towards the batter's box, and that will be an 0-1 count. Alex Erlob up to bat for the Big Sticks, the shortstop. And he gets struck right there for the 0-2. And again, Levi Graham, there is no understating the job that he has done from the mound tonight for the Spearfish Sasquatch. The Big Sticks were hitting everything in sight last night, as this one is sent towards the outside on the slider. A 1-2. But it has not been more of the same tonight. The 1-2. Sends this one over towards left. It is caught. Going to first, and another easy out for the Spearfish Sasquatch. The infielding doing some sensational jobs, including a sensational job by Chaz Crook on his back to first base for an out. Sasquatch up 3-1. Another chance to add some more runs to the board when we come back.
I wonder how much my car is worth. I just don't drive it anymore.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
I'm tired tired of my old car. I just want something different.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
What about boats and campers?
Dan Porter Motors will buy it. Now, for a limited time, Dan Porter Motors will give you the most for your car, boat, pickup, camper, motorcycle, jet ski, tractor. You get the picture. Just stop in, give them the keys, and they'll write you a check. It's that simple. See Dan Porter Motors, 58601.
Big Boy Toys.
Welcome back to DCB&T Ballpark. The Badlands Big Sticks currently trailing the Spearfish Sasquatch by a score of 1-3. Sasquatch were able to deny the Big Sticks once again with some sensational infielding and outfielding in the bottom of the second, and they've got a chance to extend their lead right here. Christian Soto will be up to bat for the Sasquatch. Coming in from the number 4 spot in the lineup, it's 4-5-6 coming up for the Spearfish Sasquatch. This one sent over towards second, fielded by the shortstop. He's going towards first, and a great out by the Badlands Big Sticks. Alex Erlob able to respond, and he sends it over to first base for the out. Good catch as well by Cooper Hill. And now one out. Sasquatch with a little less leeway to play with. Daniel Thiessen will be the next man up to bat, the center fielder. And he swings and misses at this one for an 0-1 count. Here's Bright. Slider is deflected as Danny Rogers could not bring it in. He sends it back towards the mound. Wind is blowing hard from the east, and right now it has changed the direction of a lot of these shots for these batters and can even affect the pitching to a certain degree. We've talked about it a lot on this broadcast, but it is something that everybody here in this stadium is feeling right now. It could be having an effect. This one cracked high into right field, and it is going to be brought in by the Big Sticks. Nice catch to deny Spearfish once again, as that was Cam Crater. First time we've called his name in a while, and he brings it in for the nice out, and that's going to be 2 outs now for the Big Sticks. Spearfish looking for a response from Chaz Crook, second baseman. 2 outs, Sasquatch still with a 3-1 lead. This one high into left field, back towards the track, towards the wall. It is gone towards the track, and now he's going to go over towards second base, and let's see, he's going to be safe. The double for Chaz Crook, and he is able to get his first double of the game, as that one was nearly brought in for a home run. Looked as though it was heading that way. It was right at the wall. I believed it bounced off the wall. We'll get a quick replay of that, and we'll be able to see that in a second. We're not going to have a replay of that. My apologies. Still 2 outs. Parker Bleggy, next man up to bat. Sends this one over to right field. Brought in by Buckmaster, sent to Hill, and he bobbles it, he can't hold on. And they're still going to home plate, and he's safe at home plate, and they do get the out. So the Badlands Big Sticks able to deny Spearfish. Everything stopped like it was the fake spike from Dan Marino for a second. But the Sasquatch are denied a run at the last second. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with the Big Sticks batters.
Challenges and struggles are part of everyday life for all of us. At Infinity Real Estate Group, we don't back down and we take it all in stride.
Okay, don't move. I've done this before. My turn.
In these struggles, there are no mistakes, only life lessons. We may not be that good at some things, but we do excel in real estate. We are Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
Favorite thing about my street?
My co-op.
It isn't just about electricity.
It's about power.
The power of information.
About safety,
efficiency,
technology.
I am the co-op.
I am the co-op.
And the co-op
is me.
Welcome back to Dickinson, North Dakota. They did end up adding that run for the Spearfish Sasquatch right at the end. Looked as though they were able to deny the Big Sticks, but instead it's a 4-1 lead, so we did want to give the update on that. It was a very odd play to end the half inning, but the Big Sticks now trail by 3 runs. Everyone just kind of stopped like it was in the Matrix as they were trying to figure out what the situation was. So the Sasquatch now hold a 4-1 lead. And this is a chance for the Big Six to potentially come back, but they've got a bit more of a mountain to climb now. So we'll see what's in store. Levi Graham has done a very nice job tonight from the mound for the Sasquatch and has really held the Big Sticks at bay. This time yesterday they had already scored 6 runs on the night. Hasn't been the same success. They've only got 1 run, which was in the bottom of the first, courtesy of a Danny Rogers RBI double. In fact, the Big Sticks only have a combined 1 hit actually on the night, so has not been the performance that they've been looking for. There's still a lot of time left to potentially change the dynamics of this game. So here comes the leadoff hitter for the Big Sticks, Cam Crater, who did a nice job earlier from right field. It'll be Crater, Quade Peters, and Joe Osborne from the 9, 1, and 2 spots for the Badlands Big Sticks. Here's Crater. This one's sent high, and that will be a strike. 0-1 count. This one cracked, and that'll be a foul ball as it quickly drifts to right field. Broken glass city for somebody. 0-2 count now for Cam Crater. Crater had a .750 batting average, 3 hits, 3 runs, and 2 RBIs last night. A very solid night of hitting overall for him. He now faces a 1-2 scenario with no outs. Big Sticks down by a score of 4-1. Here's the pitch from Graham. And he struck him out. Cam Crater is sent back to the dugout, and the Big Sticks are denied. They'll get an early out. Back to the top of the lineup we go with Quade Peters, number 0, the center fielder for the Badlands Big Sticks. And they are in desperate need of a momentum-changing play. Could Quade Peters deliver that? And he gets struck on this one, and that'll be an 0-1. Levi Graham continues to show his mettle throughout the night. This one bounces towards the backstop. That'll be a 1-1 as it's grounded. Another chance for Peters. Despite being the leadoff hitter, he hasn't quite had the success he'd be looking for in either of these games. He'll foul this one again, also to right field. And that'll give us a 1-2 count. The Sasquatch outfield has done a sensational job again of denying the Big Six whenever they get in position with these hits. This one sent towards right field. Let's see if they can do it again. They're not going to be able to. Quade Peters gets the single. And that is the kind of hit into the gap that the Big Sticks needed. Quade Peters able to deliver it. Let's see if the Big Sticks can follow up on that. We'll see shortly with Joe Osborne. All aboard the Crazy Train. He's got a hit and a run tonight. Big Sticks now with 2 overall. Runner on first. Peters is going towards second. Can he make it in time? It's going to be close. And he's just safe. Turned on the wheels that time, and you love to see what he did. He got launched like a John Force funny car from first base. Another chance here for Joe Osborne. High arcing ball, it'll quickly be fouled. 0-2 count. And we've seen a lot of these foul balls here in the bottom of the third inning. 0-2 count, but it does extend the at-bats for the Big Sticks, which is something that can really wear out Levi Graham faster and keep him from potentially getting out of the game, as this one is fouled over towards left field, and that definitely almost hit somebody's car. Osborne now with an 0-2 count still remaining. One out for the Big Sticks, Quade Peters at second base. Here's Osborne. Bottom of the third. Big Sticks trailing by 3 runs. This one to the outside. Gives us a 1-2 for Levi Graham. Graham has shown a lot of fastballs tonight. That seems to be his specialty pitch. And he's done it very effectively time and time again. So now the 1-2. The wind has died down a little bit. Perhaps a chance for the Big Sticks to strike, as this one's fouled. Another foul ball for Joe Osborne, his third or fourth in this at-bat. He's definitely doing a good job of extending it. Question is, can he deliver that big shot that the Big Sticks need? The 1-2 count. Let's see if Joe can turn up the lights. Cracks this one high to right field. It looks as though it's going to be fouled, and it's going to head towards the garden and near the bullpen for the Spearfish Sasquatch. So we remain at a 1-2. Another chance for Joe Osborne, what I believe is his 4th foul ball in this at-bat, making Levi Graham earn it. Another foul ball. Can we say 5? Do we have 5, folks? This might be the longest at-bat of the year for the Badlands Big Sticks. But Joe Osborne is saying, this is my spot, and you're going to have to make me move from it. We have the 1-2. This time he finally gets struck out, and Levi Graham, the patience of a saint on that at-bat, he's able to strike out Joe Osborne and deny him anything. Cooper Hill, next man up to bat. Big Sticks now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. And after that long at-bat, you were hoping that Joe Osborne would be able to deliver something for the Big Sticks, but he could not. Instead, he gets struck out. This one bobbled and just collected. Quade Peters was looking for the hot corner, but there was no way he was going to be able to get it. Great recovery by Brian Rosales. And he made sure that the Big Sticks would not get anywhere farther than second base. So a 1-0 count with 2 away. Hill looking for his first hit of the night. From Tyler, Texas. He'll send this one into center field. This one could be a run for the Big Sticks. Here comes Quade Peters showing that Barry Allen speed for the run. And they've cut the deficit 4-2. A fantastic job by Quade Peters. No hesitation. He went right for home plate, knew exactly what he was looking for, and an RBI single for Cooper Hill with his first hit of the night. A rare mistake for Levi Graham, and it looks like the Spearfish Sasquatch want to talk things over. Currently there is no one warming up in the Spearfish bullpen, so no danger of Graham being subbed out as of yet, but you do have to imagine that you can't let anything more get past you if at all possible. The Sasquatch had 4 pitchers play last night. Graham was not one of them, but regardless, they don't have many options past him. And this could be a game where he plays a lot of innings, so head coach Jarrett Hunt for the Spearfish Sasquatch has to be very savvy with his calling. Next up, it's going to be Danny Rogers for the Badlands Big Sticks, Mr. Grand Slam, the RBI machine. A strike here for Levi Graham on this first one, but Rogers is like Yordan Alvarez. If you give him the correct positioning and the correct timing, he can send those bombs for home runs, and he's looking for another one right here. An 0-1 count. Going back towards first. Cooper Hill will stay on the pickoff. Rogers already with an RBI and a hit tonight. That's what gave the Big Sticks their first run in the bottom of the first. Trying to send this game to 4-3 or maybe more. Big Sticks with 2 outs. Hill on first. Trying to deliver for this packed house. To the inside. And Rosella's able to hold on to it. Could have been disastrous if he let it get past him. Hill could have made it to second or perhaps third. Not going to happen this time. A 1-1 count. Rogers watches this one get sent high. Rogers came into this game with a .400 batting average. 2 hits, 1 double, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and 1 run on the night last night. He was the player of the game, and for good reason. The grand slam changed the entire dynamic. He's going to send this one high towards left field, towards the foul area. Will it go out of play? It goes just into the net, and it's stuck in the net. No outs yet for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Instead, we remain at 2-2 with 2 outs. Big Sticks still have Cooper Hill over at first base. And it almost feels inevitable for the Big Sticks with the momentum that they've been able to garner here in the bottom of the third that something big might be about to happen. Does Danny Rogers have that dog in him? He'll send this one over to right field, and that's going to be yet another base hit for the Badlands Big Sticks, and the Sasquatch can do nothing about it. Danny Rogers with his second hit of the night, showing just how clutch he can be. He'll send Cooper Hill to second base as well. And Melas Buckmaster is back up to bat now for the Big Sticks. So runners on first and second. And the Anchorage, Alaska native from Dickinson State University looking to show what he can do. Loss is going to foul this one towards the backstop. And we go to an 0-1 count. Buckmaster is a junior for the Big Sticks. And he has made Alaska history in the past. He's only the 3rd Alaskan since 2017 to hit above a .400 batting average, and he sends this one high into left field. You can forget about it. It is gone. Home run, Badlands Big Sticks. Hold on. No, they're saying it is not a home run. It was just fouled. The celebration music was going off. Everyone here in this stadium thought it was a home run, and it did not happen. Well, baseball can be the ultimate troll sometimes, and that's exactly what happened right there. And Melas Buckmaster probably thought he had his first home run of the year. He did not. So now an 0-2 count. That would have given the Big Sticks the lead and could have changed the entire dynamic of this game. An 0-2. He'll foul this one into the grandstands, over the wall, and out of play. And we remain at 0-2. We have not had a home run from either side yet in this game. It's been a lot of fabulous base running that has allowed these teams to get the runs that they have. The wind has made it a very, very hard proposition to get a home run for either side. He'll send this one high into right field, And Trey Vorwald comes down with it. Spearfish strands 2 runners for the Big Sticks, but Badlands able to respond with a run here in this game and an RBI for Cooper Hill as he was able to spring Joe Osborne. Big Sticks now trail 4-2. We'll be right back after this break.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Clogged or slow-moving drains are no match for Josh and his licensed techs at Unplugged Drain Cleaning of Dickinson. They provide 24-hour service to solve all your sewer problems, using only the best equipment along with the latest drain camera technology to resolve issues while maintaining the integrity of your pipes. They take pride in thoroughly explaining your options, providing free estimates and great service, and making sure your issues are resolved permanently. Contact Unplugged Drain Cleaning at 701-290-9737 or online at unpluggeddrains.com.
Welcome back to Dickinson, North Dakota, here in the top of the 4th inning between the Badlands Big Sticks and the Spearfish Sasquatch. The Sasquatch are up 4-2, but the Big Sticks were able to respond with a run in the bottom of the 3rd, trying to keep themselves in winning position against the Sasquatch. And when you're only down 2 runs, that certainly isn't the worst position to be in. Jack Bright's still on the mound for the Big Sticks. The starting pitcher tonight plays out of Minot State. Originally played out of Garrison High School in Garrison, North Dakota. He is a sophomore southpaw, and he pitched .1 innings for Minot State with a strikeout in 2023. And the Big Sticks are looking for him to provide answers here in the top of the 4th. Hasn't had the best night tonight. He's allowed 4 runs and has given up 3 hits to the Spearfish Sasquatch and has issued a number of runs. But he's also been solid when he's been needing to be. So here's the next man up for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Starting things off, number 3, Trey Vorwald, the right fielder. Vorwald sends this one over towards the 3rd baseman. He's going for first, and he tags him, loses the ball, and he's safe. So a mistake from Cooper Hill. He couldn't properly catch it. Tried to tag his man, and he couldn't hold on to it. He had that ball thrown over by Preston Jones, who had the accuracy, it appeared. Let's get a quick look at the replay, or we already saw the replay. And the next man up to bat will be coming up for the Spearfish Sasquatch, Brian Rosales in the number 9 position. And now a quick timeout call. And the Big Sticks also, much like the Sasquatch, don't have anyone warming up right now in the bullpen. So it seems for right now they're willing to ride this thing out if that is what the situation calls for. Assistant coach Cameron Guevara talking to his players right now and probably trying to make sure that Jack Bright is in the right mindset. As a pitcher, you don't want anything to go awry, especially when you're already down and it's the bottom of the 4th inning or the top of the 4th inning. You can't let the moment become too big for you. And I'm sure that's what Coach Guevara is reflecting in that speech that he just gave. So Brian Rosales from Rapid City, South Dakota, with his at-bat. He had a .308 batting average. They're going towards first base, and again bobbled by Hill. He won't let it get too far past him. And the Sasquatch will not advance beyond first base with Trey Vorwald. Here's the 1-0 count. Showing bunt, pulls back, and that will be yet another ball for a 2-0. This is when the Big Sticks infield really has to step up their game and hopefully try to bail out their pitcher. This one cracked high, and that will quickly go out of play for a foul ball. Gives us a 2-1.
That ball brought to you by Weston Dent and Legend Auto Body. Got a hit ding from that foul ball? They will call Weston Dent and Legend Auto Body.
And for these right-handed batters, a left-handed pitcher can provide a lot of interesting challenges if the situation is right. Especially with wind, it really changes the direction of these pitches. This one fouled as it heads towards the backstop. And we now have a 2-2 count. No outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Sasquatch looking to take a 5-2 lead. Here's Rosales. This one gets past him, and the Sasquatch wants second base with Vorwald. And they're going to say he's safe. And I don't think that is the ruling that Balas Buckmaster would agree with, but Trey Vorwald with his speed able to get to second. Here's another quick look at it. A bobble from Danny Rogers. Sends it to second, and it was close, but it looks like he's safe from our vantage point. You see Balas kind of showing a quick look, and a walk is issued. And the Spearfish Sasquatch now have runners on first and second as Rosales advances over to first. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Luis Reyes, who had a solo home run shot last night, one of the 2 that Spearfish was able to score. From Las Piedras, Puerto Rico. Plays out of Cerro Coso Community College. And he provides a very big punch that the Spearfish Sasquatch need from this hitting staff. Trying to do it one more time. Once is never enough. Fouls this one into the net. In his latest season in 2023, he had a .368 batting average, 22 RBIs, 37 runs, 6 home runs, and that was all in 25 games played at Cerro Coso Community College. An 0-1 count. Showing bunt is Luis Reyes, and that will be a strike. A nice fastball delivered by Jack Bright. An 0-2 count. Big Sticks looking for their first out here in the top of the 4th. This one, oh my goodness, the bat gets flung to the next side of the world. Here's a replay on that. He did make contact, fouled it off, and look at that bat go flying. Looked like it flew all the way to Bismarck. So a wild bat has appeared, and Luis Reyes wants a moment to adjust that bat. And look at the intensity, grinding away. And Coach Guevara joins the fray and gets turned back. 0-2 count. And this one sent over towards right field. This should score a run for the Sasquatch. Going towards home plate. He's not going to make it in time. Instead goes to third. And Spearfish scores with Trey Vorwald to take a 5-2 lead. Still no outs for the Badlands Big Sticks. Now runners on first and third for Spearfish. And this game has quickly turned around for the Spearfish Sasquatch here in the top of the 4th. And Jack Naylor, the designated hitter for the night, the next man up to bat. He'll send this one also to right field, fielded by Buckmaster. He goes to first, but that is going to score yet another run for the Spearfish Sasquatch. It's Rosales who reaches home plate, and now a 6-2 lead for Spearfish. The good news for the Big Sticks now is they have one out, and there's only one runner on second base. That being Luis Reyes. And a breaking ball to the inside. Reyes was thinking about going, decided against it. He was walked by Jack Bright. 6-2 lead. Now both teams have 4 hits on the night. A 1-0 count. This one to the outside, and that's going to be a strike. Nice job on the cutter. Jack Bright finding his wheelhouse more and more, but the Big Sticks need a lot more accuracy from him, especially as this game moves forward. A 1-1 count. This one sent high towards center field, back near the track, and a nice catch is made, and he goes over towards third base. Sasquatch will be safe there with Luis Reyes, but a nice catch in center field for the Badlands Big Sticks. Quade Peters making the play. So now 2 outs, score remains 6-2, and Christian Soto will be the next man up to bat. Soto, the third baseman from Kissimmee, Florida, plays out of Alabama A&M. Big Sticks now have 2 outs. Runner at the hot corner in Luis Reyes. And another important thing to consider is that Danny Rogers, the new catcher for the Big Sticks, will have to be in a very tight position to make sure nothing gets towards the backstop. This one, beautiful job on the cutter. That'll give us a 1-1. Jack Bright trying to get out of this half inning. Big Sticks have already given up 2 runs. And another thing to consider for the Big Sticks, this is the same position that the Spearfish Sasquatch found themselves in at around the same point in the game last night, down 6-2. They were able to come back and make it a 2-run game. So the Big Sticks are still very much in it, but it's going to take a lot of great batting and a lot of great pitching to make it happen. And perhaps the biggest part of that is going to be the fielding. Big Sticks have got to manage to get those outs. This one high, and that's going to be yet another walk. So Christian Soto heads to first base, another walk issued by Jack Bright. Next man up, Daniel Thiessen for the Spearfish Sasquatch, who had the 2-run home run last night. Another very solid player for this team. Thiessen with a .550 batting average heading into this game, high into center field, towards the track. Can Peters make the play? He can. The Big Sticks deny the Sasquatch of any more runs, but Spearfish able to tack on a couple more. They have a 6-2 lead. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back. The Big Sticks will have another chance when we come back in the bottom of the 4th.
Western Cooperative Credit Union is your local loan headquarters. Thinking about a new car or truck, ATV, boat, or RV? We'll make the process quick and easy. Call us today. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way. Western Cooperative Credit Union is dedicated to offering you the best financial services around. We're local, we're personal, and we're great at what we do for you. Join the herd. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
Welcome back to beautiful DCB&T Ballpark in Dickinson, North Dakota. It's been a real hula hooping contest between these two teams, the Badlands Big Sticks and the Spearfish Sasquatch. Both circling around for a while, but the Sasquatch have had the advantage thus far. A 6-2 lead is theirs at the moment, despite the fact that both teams have 4 hits on the night. The Sasquatch have been able to score 3, 1, and 2 runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings. The Big Sticks have just a pair, scored in the 1st and 3rd innings. So Badlands in desperate need of a way to come back in this one, and maybe that can start soon. If it's going to start with Preston Jones, who is looking for his first hit of the night. Big Sticks need to put some bats together to potentially stage a comeback against the Sasquatch. Jones will look to do just that. Here's Preston. He watches this one go for a strike. Nice fastball by Levi Graham, who's now over 60 pitches on the night. A sizable pitch count, but I doubt the Sasquatch want to go to the bullpen. This one fouled, and that will bring us to an 0-2. And the surplus of Big Sticks foul balls has also created a lot of situations where the Big Sticks get struck out more often because they've been fouling a lot of these shots. An 0-2 count. And they're going to foul another one. This one will go out of the ballpark into the parking lot. Look out, windshields. 0-2 count. Jones awaits. The 0-2. Well to the outside. A sliding catch is made by Rosales. Good thing, too, that one could have went to the backstop. Wouldn't have mattered too much because there's no runners on base, but still wouldn't have been comforting for the Sasquatch. 1-2. To the inside. No strike is going to be called. 2-2 count. Jones looking for his first hit. He will get that first hit potentially into center field. Yes, sir. A single for Preston Jones and a beauty of a hit right to the center field marker. And again, Preston Jones shows just how valuable he can be as he gets a base hit. First of the night. We were talking about the Big Six putting together a sequence of hits, and that's a good way to start things off here in the bottom of the fourth. Isaac Huddle will be the next man up to bat. Here's the DH. Played catcher last night. This one is bobbled and brought in by Rosales. And this is when the catcher becomes even more important with runners on base. Catchers don't always get a lot of spotlight, but their job, especially in these windy games, is so crucial to anticipate where the pitch is going to end up, and you don't have very long to think. As we see a quick pickoff to first base. DJ Van Otten over there to make the catch. Still no outs. The 1-ball pitch. This one cracked to right field, and Vorwald goes it over his head. It's going to go off the wall. The Big Sticks have a chance. Going over to third base now. He wants to go all the way home. Not yet. He's going to stay at third base, but a solid double for the Badlands Big Sticks. Isaac Huddle able to get the job done. His first hit of the night. Trey Vorwald anticipated that one, but he couldn't get the correct anticipation or the correct positioning. And it allows the Badlands Big Sticks runners on second and third. And we are going to see a quick timeout for the Spearfish Sasquatch. And there is a pitcher warming up in the bullpen now for Spearfish, as well as the Badlands Big Sticks. And this is when we could see that anticipation of a bullpen game come to fruition. It's not going to happen yet, but it is something to keep an eye on for both of these teams. Next man up to bat for the Big Sticks, it will be Alex Erlob, the shortstop, who's made some very, very good infielding plays for the Big Sticks today. Has nabbed them a couple of outs. Trying to do it again, only this time from the batting position. Looking for his first hit of the night. Here's Erlob. This one fouled, and that heads towards the garden and into the parking lot. 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1. No outs. Runners on second in the hot corner. And a nice slider. Will not register as a strike, and it's a 1-1 count. Levi Graham, over 70 pitches now in this game. You've got to be thinking that that arm is wearing thin. Swing and a miss for Erlob, and that gives us a 1-2 count. You see Coach Cameron Guevara on the side, barking instructions to him. These guys aren't too much older than the players, but they provide valuable insight, and they're here for a reason in terms of trying to maintain that Big Sticks winning culture. This one sent high into center field, drifts to right, Vorwald's looking for it, and he fields it perfectly. The Big Sticks now, however, are going to have bases still on second and third, as we'll see Erlob head back towards the dugout. Cam Crater will be the next man up to bat for the Badlands Big Sticks. The Sasquatch get a much needed first out, and now a chance for Levi Graham to settle in. One out now. This one well to the outside. That'll give us a 1 ball. One away. Cracked again towards right field. That will quickly be a foul ball. Graham again, the sophomore right-handed pitcher from Tempe, Arizona. Pitched 16.1 innings this year, so he had some experience at Cerro Coso. Same college that Luis Reyes plays out of, so some similarities there here on Spearfish. This one sent towards right field, over towards Vorwald. It's going to be a foul ball unless it's caught, and it looks as though it is, but the Big Sticks are going to score a run out of it. So the Big Sticks do get it to 6-3. A nice sacrifice fly delivered by Cam Crater, his first RBI of the night. 6-3 game. We're going to be back to the top of the lineup now with Quade Peters and a fantastic catch by Trey Vorwald out of Millikan University. It was looking to be a foul ball, and now another quick timeout, and it looks as though now we're going to see that pitching change. You saw head coach Jared Hunt for the Spearfish Sasquatch motioning over, and we are going to be getting a pitching change. We'll be right back here from Dickinson, North Dakota after this break.
You have many co-pilots in life. And for 4 generations, we've been happy to help keep you on the road with all of them. Whether it's your first vehicle or your 10th, we're proud to be at your side when you need us. Think of us as the co-pilot that keeps you in the driver's seat. We've been proud to be by your side for 100 years. Here's to the next 100. Sachs Motor Company in Dickinson, North Dakota.
Justin Glass specializes in windshield replacement and repair. With over 20 years experience in the auto glass business, Justin Glass works with all insurance companies and deductibles. We have the best cash prices in town. We also offer camera recalibration in shop, so there's no longer any need to go to a dealership after a windshield replacement. Add to that our windshield warranty program, and Justin Glass is the only place you'll need to stop.
Drive by the rest, then come to the best. Justin Glass. 483.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
Welcome back to Dickinson, North Dakota, live from DC&T Ballpark, and there has been a pitching change for the Spearfish Sasquatch. They elect to take out Levi Graham, and they're going to instead put in a new pitcher on the night. And you have to think that for Coach Jarrett Hunt, that this is a decision where he doesn't want the Big Sticks to get any closer than they already are. Currently down 6-3, and also not to mention that Levi Graham was getting up there in his overall pitch count on the night, had to be close to 80. And the new pitcher is Gunnar Thompson for the Spearfish Sasquatch out of Mayville State. Plays out of Billings, Montana. So Thompson, with his first action of the season for the Spearfish Sasquatch, comes in with 2 outs. And the Big Sticks do have a runner on third base right now, trying to score another run and bring this game within 2. So let's see what Gunnar Thompson has in the tank. In front of this packed house tonight. It's more packed than a Buc-ee's on a Saturday right now. Love to see all the fans out here. This one cracked over towards left field. You can't field that. That is going to be a run for the Badlands Big Sticks. An RBI single is scored. And we've got a 6-4 ball game on our hands. Isaac Huddle reaches home plate. Quade Peters with his second hit of the night, his second RBI of the night. A redemption performance for Quade Peters. He has went from 0 to hero in quick order. Also has a run on the night for the team. Alex Erlob, next man up to bat, sends this one high into center field. This should be an easy catch, or will it be? It does settle down just in time for Spearfish. They had to quickly catch up to that one. They do get that third out, but the Badlands Big Sticks respond to the Spearfish Sasquatch with 2 runs of their own in the bottom of the 4th, and the stalemate continues. 6-4 game. We'll be right back after this break.
Consolidated handles not only our phone service, our internet, our Wi-Fi, but they also handle our, as of lately, they took on our IT support and our cybersecurity. So it was exactly what we needed. It's been great. We haven't had any issues, but that is a good peace of mind when I leave and go home, and knowing that my business, my customer information, everything is secure and I don't have to worry about that.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, we're leaders in the egg industry. Our egg lenders grew up farming and ranching, and they understand egg operations.
With our agribusiness lending experience, we can help you with your financing.
We specialize in egg real estate, operating lines of credit, and cattle and machinery financing. To serve you, we need to hear you.
So stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
All right, welcome back to beautiful DC B&T Ballpark, live in Dickinson, North Dakota, as the Badlands Big Sticks and the Spearfish Sasquatch continue in this epic rivalry clash here on a Wednesday night. The wind still very much a factor, but the Badlands Big Sticks were feeling it there in the bottom of the 4th. They ended up scoring 2 straight runs, and they brought this game back within 2 runs for themselves. A 6-4 game. The Sasquatch still with the lead, as they've had it for basically most of the night. Since the top of the 2nd, they've really had a stranglehold on this game, but the Big Sticks are stubborn. They're like a cockroach, kind of like that cockroach from Wall-E. They just won't go away no matter what you do. And they're going to try to make it tough for the Spearfish Sasquatch all night. And we do have a pitching change as well for the Badlands Big Sticks, their first of the night. So both head coaches feeling as though it was time to make a pitching change. And again, much like what the Spearfish Sasquatch did with Levi Graham, you understand why the Badlands Big Sticks would do that in this situation. You can't exhaust your pitcher. And it looks like it's going to be Logan Fragamini getting his first action from the mound here on the year. Plays out of Ellsworth Junior College in Maple Grove, Minnesota. A big test from Fragamini. The team is down 2 runs, and they're in need of a solid half inning to keep them in contention. The Big Sticks batters have usually been able to answer. It's just been the top innings, they haven't been able to shut down the Spearfish Sasquatch. If Fragamini can pitch a solid half inning, maybe things will turn around. Fragamini, again, a sophomore RHP from Maple Grove, Minnesota, plays out of Ellsworth Community College. Had 17 appearances this season, which included a 2-3 record. And he also had both of his wins coming out as saves. And this one goes well off the mark, and that is not how Logan wanted to start things off. He had an ERA of 3.73 and 35 strikeouts. A former transfer from Montana State Billings, where he pitched 6 games in 2022, which were all out of the bullpen, played out of Wayzata High School. Played a variety of positions while at Wayzata. And now a chance for him in this high-octane, high-impact game. This one cracked high into the air. It should be an easy catch. Who wants it? Going towards the foul territory. Coming down with it on his knees. It's not a proposal, but it is a catch for the Badlands Big Sticks. Nice job of fielding that time, and that is exactly the kind of play it's going to take from Preston Jones. Look at him. Look at the knees. You're not supposed to go past a 90-degree angle, but I think I'll excuse it that time. You have to make the proper fielding play. 1 out. Sasquatch now with Parker Bleggy up to bat after that Chaz Crook out. This one well to the inside by Fragamini. Gives us a 1-ball pitch. Top of the 5th inning, 1 out for the Badlands Big Sticks. This one again well to the inside. Another cutter. We now have a 2-0 count. A slider delivered to the outside and a 3rd straight ball and a 3-0 count for Fragamini. And this is where the mental game comes into play. Inside, that's going to be a strike. This time the cutter delivers for Logan Fragamini. He gets the 3-1. Here's another one. Oh, it bonks off of the head of Parker Bleggy, and he says, I'm fine, I'm going to first. Thank goodness for that helmet. Here's a quick replay. The pitch from Fragamini and a couple of wild pitches in that at-bat, and it bonks right off the helmet of Parker Bleggy. So the Sasquatch now have a runner at first base. Another slider, and that will be another ball for a 1-0 count for Fragamini. Big Sticks hoping that he can make it the rest of the game if at all possible. You've got to save that bullpen for tomorrow if you can. This one to the inside. Fragamini changing up his pitching style a few times in these at-bats, trying to throw off these Spearfish Sasquatch hitters. 2-ball pitch. High, and that will be a 3rd straight ball and a 3-0 count. And Fragamini not finding strikes as easily here in the top of the 5th. That's going to be a 4th straight ball, and another walk is issued. This time it's going to be Trey Vorwald who heads to first base. Sasquatch now have runners in position, and Danny Rogers is talking things over with his pitcher. And for Fragamini, it's a situation where he almost has to just not think about the moment too much, kind of just calm his nerves if he has any. Understand the situation and understand that you got to just deliver the pitches in the style that you like, in the accurate style. Get those strikes, and let's get out of this half inning with 2 more outs. Next man up to bat, it's Brian Rosales, who returns to the plate. And that'll be a strike. So Danny Rogers with some words of wisdom, and perhaps it worked wonders. 0-1 count. And a 2nd straight strike. And the crowd's starting to get a little bit fired up here in Dickinson. 2 beautiful strikes from Fragamini. He's got an 0-2 count. Chance for his first K of the night. He struck him out. Fragamini strikes out Rosales, and here's a replay. A beautiful slider, high arcing. He gets the strike and the 2nd out here in the top of the 5th. A chance to clamp down and prevent any more Sasquatch runs, which would be the first time that had happened since the top of the 1st. Luis Reyes, next man up to bat. Back to the top of the lineup for the Spearfish Sasquatch. 2 outs, runners on 1st and 2nd. Swing and a miss. Reyes stepped into it, and he didn't have a good angle, and perhaps one that he wishes he could have had back. Sasquatch have Vorwald and Bleggy at 1st and 2nd base. The 0-1 count for Fragamini. And that will be a ball very close to the strike zone for a 1-1. Wind has continued to pick up here as we progress through this night as well. Swing and a miss, another strike for Fragamini. And Danny Rogers might want to be a motivational speaker after his baseball career is through, because ever since he gave that talk, it seems as though Fragamini has found his wheelhouse. The 1-2 count. Swing, and let's see. The runners are going to go to second and third base. And they are going to call a strike. There was a delayed reaction from the umpire, but it didn't matter for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Logan Fragamini, a couple of Ks, and he gets out of this half inning, and Spearfish is denied a run for the first time since the top of the first. Big Sticks with a chance to answer, down 2 runs when we return.
Hi, Dan Porter here. When you're having trouble getting your car or truck in for service, think Dan Porter Motors. Fast express service, low price tires with rotations for life, free alignment checks, free car washes with service, low price daily rental cars, shuttle service to and from work. Give us a call at 227-1272 or see us on the web at dpmotors.com. That's 227-1272 for all your service needs. Give us a call.
Back in Dickinson, North Dakota, the Big Sticks pitching problems have somewhat been answered with Logan Fragamini, who has made it home sweet home on the mound. And now the Big Sticks have a chance in the bottom of the 5th. They've been able to score runs when the opportunity has presented itself, but they've always had to contend with 3 or 4 run deficits. Not going to happen this time. Down just 2 runs. This could be the inning they need to potentially tie this game and get themselves right back in it. Here comes Cooper Hill. The man has a hit and RBI tonight for the Badlands Big Sticks, and he wants to try to tie this game. Here we go with Hill. This one's sent in by Gunnar Thompson, the new pitcher for the Spearfish Sasquatch, the second pitcher that they have had tonight. They also had Levi Graham, who pitched for the first 4 innings. Here's Thompson. And that will be a strike, an 0-2 count. And Gunnar Thompson starting to find his wheelhouse as well. Both of these pitchers heating up in Dickinson. The 0-2. Hill makes contact, rounds this one towards third. He's going to pick it up, throw it, and that's a quick out for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Nice job of recovery by the Sasquatch. Christian Soto able to deliver it to DJ Van Atten. And Spearfish gets a quick out. So now will be Mr. Grand Slam, the RBI machine, Danny Rogers, playing catcher tonight. Has an RBI and 2 hits thus far in the game. Up to 7 RBIs on the season for the Badlands Big Sticks, which leads the team and the ILB. This one to the outside. And that'll give us a 1-0 count. A line drive pitch gives us a 1-1 count on the 65-mile-per-hour shot. Cutter that time. The 1-1. This one to the outside. And part of Rogers' success has probably been due to him having a left-handed batting stance. He can really throw off a right-handed pitcher in so many cases, and we've said it a lot the past 2 days, but it's so hard to account for that. And that will be a strike. Makes it 2-2. A chance for a strikeout that could keep the Big Sticks away from yet another hit. Would be the second out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 2-2. High pitch, that's not going to be a ball. It gives us a full count of 3-2. And we'll see what the best pitch coming up is for Gunnar Thompson. The payoff. Fouled, back towards the net. And we'll play on with this at-bat. One out for the Big Sticks. Cooper Hill tried to deliver a ball over towards third, but could not get to first base in time. Danny Rogers trying to answer. Trying to do what he has done so many times thus far in this past game and a half. Big swing into left field. Is it going to settle down in time, or can Spearfish recover? They can. A nice job of fielding by the Sasquatch, and again, they deny the Badlands Big Sticks. Catch was made in the outfield, and again, the Badlands Big Sticks will go hungry on an at-bat. The Lost Buckmaster will be the next man up. Two outs thus far in this bottom of the 5th inning. Let's see what Balas has in store. And that will be yet another strike. Gunnar Thompson gunning it down the lane. He makes it 0-1. This slider well to the outside. Bobbled off of the glove of Rosales. Gives us a 1-1. Balas still looking for his first hit of the night. Not going to happen yet, as that'll be another slider for a ball. And a 2-1. Balas had a hit and 1 RBI last night. The first RBI of the season for the Big Sticks. He drives this one high into center field. Back near the wall it goes. And it is caught. The Sasquatch deny the Big Sticks once again. Great catch by Daniel Thiessen, the center fielder, right at the warning track. And a chance for the Big Sticks to capitalize goes awry. We'll be right back after this break.
Challenges and struggles are part of everyday life for all of us. At Infinity Real Estate Group, we don't back down and we take it all in stride.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You go, girls!
In these struggles, there are no mistakes, only life lessons. We may not be that good at some things, but we do excel in real estate. We are Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
Back in Dickinson, North Dakota, between the Badlands Big Sticks and the Spearfish Sasquatch, a 6-4 game now here at DCB&T Ballpark. Big Sticks were unable to capitalize as they looked for a run in the bottom of the 5th. They weren't able to get one. The first time that has happened since the bottom of the 2nd. They were turned away by the Spearfish Sasquatch. Some great pitching from the likes of Gunnar Thompson. And now the Big Sticks are going to have to close out yet another half inning to stay in this game, as we are now in the top of the 6th. Jack Naylor, the DH, the next man up for the Big Sticks. Logan Fragamini will have to counter him if at all possible. Naylor with 1 RBI single tonight. One of the 6 runs that the Spearfish Sasquatch have been able to register throughout the night. And that was largely due to the Jack Bright pitching situation that started off this game. He was subbed out. Logan Fragamini came in and has been pretty solid in his opportunities. Already has a couple of strikeouts. Looking for his third right here. This one sent over towards third base, and the Big Sticks cannot field it properly in time. And that's going to be a single for the Spearfish Sasquatch to start off. Jack Naylor with his second hit of the night. That will be the 5th hit overall for Spearfish. And Logan Fragamini will have to settle with yet another at-bat, resulting in a hit. This one well to the inside. A 1-0 count. DJ Van Atten back at the plate. Van Atten fouls this one over the net and out of play. 1-1 count. Slider to the inside, and a 2-1 count now. Van Atten has been the first baseman tonight and has done a solid job as an infielder for the Sasquatch, looking for an at-bat here that would give success. Rogers pulls back and almost went for the pickoff. Van Atten was unable to register a single hit last night. One of the few Sasquatch who could not. Looking for a big at-bat here. Fragamini. This one sent over towards third base, fielded. To first it goes, and that is going to be an out. So the Big Sticks able to get a quick out, and DJ Van Atten's search for a hit continues. He was able to advance Jack Naylor over to second base, however. And the Sasquatch remain in decent position. Christian Soto will be the next man up to bat. The Alabama A&M product with another chance right here. Here's Fragamini. Cutter to the inside. 1 ball. No strikes. And he still can't get a strike. A 2-0 count. Right idea, and he's definitely pitching them down the alley, but he just doesn't seem to have the correct positioning right now. Not quite as red hot as he was at the top of the 5th. Big Stick still searching for that second out. This one fouled high into the air, and it's going to go into the stands. Souvenir City, go get your free ball. 2-1 count. Most of the foul balls go out of the stadium, so it's fun for these fans when they can get a foul ball. There was a big race to go get it. Made the fastest fan win. The 2-1 count with 1 out. Soto. Watch this one get sent right towards home plate for a 2-2 count and a strike. Logan Fragamini. Looking for his 3rd strikeout. Looking for the 2nd out here in the top of the 6th. Fragamini struck him out. A solid pitching at bat for Logan Fragamini. He gets that much needed 2nd out. There's another look. And the big swing from Soto, he caught nothing but air. Daniel Thiessen will be the next man up. The man with the 2-run homer for Spearfish last night with another chance here. He's been very solid at center field today for Spearfish as well. Runner on second for the Sasquatch, Jack Naylor. And a swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Fragamini perhaps heating up once again. Arms starting to feel it a little bit. There is a pitcher waiting in the wings for the Big Sticks, if that's what it comes to. An 0-1 count. from Pregame. To the inside, yes sir. Strike two called. And an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, and Logan Fragamini has yet another strikeout, his 5th of the game. And Fragamini will end the top of the 6th, not allowing any more runs from the Spearfish Sasquatch once again. We've got a 6-4 game, and we'll head to the bottom of the 6th with the Big Sticks with a chance to keep coming back. Stay tuned, we'll be right back after this break.
Favorite thing about my street?
My co-op.
It isn't just about electricity.
It's about power.
The power of information.
About safety,
Efficiency. Technology.
I am the co-op.
I am the co-op.
and the co-op
Is me.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Welcome back to DCB&T Ballpark, live in Dickinson, North Dakota. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning between the Badlands Big Sticks and the Spearfish Sasquatch in Game 2 of this electrifying series on an ILB Wednesday. Big Sticks down 2 runs, looking for a big response from their batting staff momentarily. They'll get a chance with the first at-bat coming from who else but Preston Jones, who already has a hit tonight. Big Sticks looking to advance to 2-0 to clinch the series victory over the Spearfish Sasquatch. They were able to sweep Spearfish last year in the season opening series. That was in Spearfish. This one right here in Dickinson. Well to the inside, and that will be a 1 ball and a 1-0 count. Jones wants hit number 2. Contact is made in between first and second, a bobble, and that might be enough. No, they still get the out with DJ Van Atten. A good job of fielding, very solid from the Spearfish Sasquatch. Catching up with it was Chaz Crook, who robbed Preston Jones of a base hit. So a quick out, and Isaac Huddle will be the next man up, who has a hit and a double tonight. Big Sticks trying to get it within a run. Huddle. And a strike is delivered by Gunnar Thompson. 0-1 count. Huddle checked it back. No strike called. It's going to be a 1-1 count now. This one too high. Now a 2-1 count for Gunnar Thompson, and a little wiggle room for Isaac Huddle to work with. And a shifty maneuver to let that one get past him. It would have made direct contact with his ribs. He instead was able to shift his feet in time, stay out of harm's way. It's a 3-1. And that will be a 4th straight ball, the first walk in a while for Gunnar Thompson. Isaac Huddle is heading to first base. And that is the start that the Big Sticks needed. They didn't quite get it with Preston Jones, but Isaac Huddle, the second man at bat here in the bottom of the 6th, able to get to first base. So here comes shortstop number 1, Alex Erlob, looking for his first hit of the night. The lone Big Stick besides Bloss Buckmaster has not been able to deliver one. This one sails past Erlob into the glove of the Spearfish Sasquatch hitter, or catcher rather, sorry, Rosales. Here comes a 1-ball pitch. This one sent high and quickly goes out of play for a foul ball. 1-1 count.
Foul ball brought by Weston Denton and Leslie Auto Body. Got a hit in from that foul ball. Better call Weston Denton and Leslie Auto Body.
Big Sticks with a runner on first. This one sails into Rosales' glove. 2-1 count. And Gunnar Thompson, not quite the same accuracy that he had prior. Perhaps a chance for the Big Sticks to exploit that. And there's another example of that. This one drifted well to the right. Gives us a 3-1 count, and he is in danger of issuing his second straight walk. And that would help the Big Sticks out tremendously with just 1 out. And he will deliver that second straight walk. So the Badlands Big Sticks with Alex Erlob and Isaac Huddle get 2 walks issued. Big Sticks now with runners on first and second base. Cam Crater, the next man up, and a timeout is going to be taken by head coach Jared Hunt. He's going to talk things over with his pitcher. Not liking the situation in front of him. We will see if there will be any sort of pitching change called for. And it looks like there was a motion made by a Sasquatch player. We'll see if that amounts to anything. Doesn't look like it will be a pitching change, however. We will keep an eye on the situation. There is pitchers warming up in the bullpen for both Spearfish and the Badlands Big Sticks, but especially for the Sasquatch, you do not want to let this one get away. You've been up all game. You've got the Big Sticks on the ropes, a team that really dominated Spearfish last night right here in Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. Spearfish has had their number today, but much like the Miami Heat learned, even if you seemingly have a series at hand, it's not quite over just yet until you clinch all 4 victories. As this one gets past Cam Crater, it'll be a strike and an 0-1 count. Runners on first and second for the Big Sticks. Crater. He'll stand pat, and that'll be a second straight strike from Gunnar Thompson. And that timeout is doing wonders. Here's a look at the bullpen for the Spearfish Sasquatch. There you see the player warming up. We'll keep an eye on that situation as we move forward. The 0-2 pitch. This will be a ball for a 1-2 on the high arcing pitch. One-two. Make it 2-2. Second straight ball from Gunnar Thompson after an 0-2 start to this at-bat. Big Sticks looking for a play that would tear the house down. This one cracked high and away for a foul ball. Cam Crater extending his at-bat here. Crater with 1 RBI and 1 hit tonight for the Badlands Big Sticks. 2-2. Sends this one up towards first. Catch made by Van Atten, and he's going to take the easy out. Could have went to second, decided better of it, went for the safe out. But the Big Sticks are able to advance to second and third base. And they are back to the top of the lineup with perhaps their best batter of the night, Quade Peters, who has 1 hit and 1 run tonight. Quade has definitely redeemed himself in many respects, and now Jared Hunt wants another timeout. And let's see if this one delivers that pitching change we were talking about. Still no motion, and it looks like there will be no pitching, and now there will be. So Gunnar Thompson is heading off the mound, and we will see a new pitcher for the Spearfish Sasquatch momentarily when we come back after this break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back from Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark.
Clogged or slow-moving drains are no match for Josh and his licensed techs at Unplugged Drain Cleaning of Dickinson. They provide 24-hour service to solve all your sewer problems, using only the best equipment along with the latest drain camera technology to resolve issues while maintaining the integrity of your pipes. They take pride in thoroughly explaining your options, providing free estimates and great service, and making sure your issues are resolved permanently. Contact Unplugged Drain Cleaning at 701-290-9737 or online at unpluggeddrains.com.
Western Cooperative Credit Union is your local loan headquarters. Thinking about a new car or truck, ATV, boat, or RV? We'll make the process quick and easy. Call us today. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way. Western Cooperative Credit Union is dedicated to offering you the best financial services around. We're local, we're personal, and we're great at what we do for you. Join the herd. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean-burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
Welcome back to Dickinson, North Dakota, and as you see, there has been a pitching change made. That is Noah McCandless from Arvada, Colorado. Plays out of Mount Marty University. In 2023, he had a 2-0 record overall, a 3.03 ERA, 32.2 innings pitched, 30 hits given up, 14 runs given up, and 32 Ks on the year. Previously played at Garden City Community College. In 2022, he had 25.1 innings pitched, an ERA of 9.59 and 30 strikeouts. Formerly played out of Arvada West High School, where he was able to letter a 3.18 ERA with a 30-5 record, 39.2 innings pitched, 44 hits, 26 runs, and 31 strikeouts. And he has a big test in front of him. 2 outs for the Big Sticks, but they do have runners on second and third, and Quade Peters is up to bat. Quade with a hit and 1 run tonight. Here's Quade. Swing and a miss, and he drops to a knee. An 0-1 count, and that's exactly the start that Noah McCandless was looking for. And you see a discussion ensuing between him and his catcher, Rosales. And this is likely to establish pitching signals for both sides. Clear communication between pitcher and catcher is very crucial, especially in this point of the game when it's getting down to crunch time in the bottom of the 6th. Here's an 0-1 count. Peters checks it back. That's a strike. An 0-2 count delivered. And McCandless, a hot arm right out of the bullpen, challenging Quade Peters, and the Big Sticks could be in peril. Looking for that 8th hit of the night. The pitch. This one to the outside. A 1-2 count. Good recognition from Quade Peters to make sure that he didn't go for that one, especially after 2 straight strikes delivered. The 1-2, 2 outs. Struck him out, and Quade Peters is heading back to the dugout, and the Big Sticks come out of the 6th inning empty-handed once again. A beautiful start for Noah McCandless. His first sequence, he strikes out a man and nobody else but Quade Peters. We'll be right back after this break. The 7th inning awaits when we return.
You have many co-pilots in life. And for 4 generations, we've been happy to help keep you on the road with all of them. Whether it's your first vehicle or your 10th, we're proud to be at your side when you need us. Think of us as the co-pilot that keeps you in the driver's seat. We've been proud to be by your side for 100 years. Here's to the next 100. Sachs Motor Company in Dickinson, North Dakota.
For working on your swing, learning the game of golf, watching a sporting event, or just relaxing and having a drink, the newly renovated Just Golf in Dickinson is just the ticket. Featuring a 4-site golf simulator and a great lounge area with beer, wine, and other drink options available. Just Golf is a great option for any get-together. Book a time online at justinglassnd.com or call us at 483-JUST. For a premium indoor golf experience, Just Golf is just what you need.
Back here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark, Badlands Big Stick Spearfish Sasquatch in Game 2 of this 3-game opening series of the ILB season. Big Sticks looking for a series-clinching win against the Spearfish Sasquatch. Logan Fragamini has seemingly been subbed out, so there's a new pitcher on the mound for the Badlands Big Sticks. And we will confirm who that is in just a moment. Max Martin on the mound for the first time this season for the Badlands Big Sticks. And got to talk to Max for a little bit a couple days ago. And he's a very ambitious player, and he wants to show out against the arch rivals, the Spearfish Sasquatch, in this game. We'll see if he can do just that in a moment. Chaz Crook will be the first man up to bat. Martin, a freshman right-handed pitcher from Franklin, Wisconsin, plays out of Des Moines Area Community College. Played 3 games in 2023, and he delivers a heck of a fastball right down the alley to deliver an 0-1 count, 80 miles per hour. One of the faster pitches you'll find in the ILB. He started 1 game in 2023, pitched for a total of 3.1 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. An ERA of 5.40. Signature pitch is a plus slider. This one a high arcing pitch, and that makes it a 1-1 count. Chaz Crook, the second baseman, has delivered some solid shots tonight for Spearfish. A 1-1 count. Here's Martin. Down the alley, and that'll be a ball and a 2-1. Big Sticks trying to stay within 2 runs. A 2-1 count. Pitch coming from Martin. Another fastball, too high, and that will give us a 3-1. And what a fastball. Another 80-mile-per-hour stinger right down the alley on the 4-seamer. A full count. And Max Martin maybe starting to find that wheelhouse. Looking for his first strikeout of the night. Trying to pick up where Logan Fragamini left off. He had 2 scoreless frames. Big Sticks looking for 3 straight. This one high in the air towards right field. Bloop shot settles down. That's going to be a single for Chaz Crook. So the full count doesn't work out for the Badlands Big Sticks, and the Sasquatch answer the call. Parker Bleggy, next man up to bat for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Number 7 in the lineup. And this is a time for Max Martin to really test himself and test what he's capable of against these Spearfish at-bats, trying to keep his team in the game. Here's Bleggy. He'll restrain himself for a ball. It's a 1-0 count. Max Martin, a young guy trying to prove himself on a big stage. And these Big Sticks fans are passionate. They care a lot, and they've waited a long time to see the Big Sticks this year. There's a strike for Martin. And the buzz around Dickinson this week was palpable. Got to speak to a lot of the fans, and they were incredibly excited and incredibly passionate to be back here at the ballpark. It's one of the biggest things you'll find in Dickinson, and the Big Sticks passion is showed out. And that'll be a second straight strike for Max Martin. Martin wants strike 3, trying to search for that first out here in the top of the 7th. Bleggy awaits. Can Martin deliver? The 1-2 pitch. Down the alley, that's going to be a ball. And the fans are none too happy with that call. The umpire ruled it was a ball on the slider. There was that plus slider we were just talking about. And the Big Sticks fans expressing their displeasure as the Boo Birds make their first appearance in a while. The 2-2 count. Another slider, this one unquestionably a ball. And that will bring us to a full count of 3-2. Still no outs for the Badlands Big Sticks. Runner on first. The payoff. This one swung high into the air. It's going to go quickly into the stands. It bounces off the roof of the press box, and that will go into the parking lot. That's too bad. I was hoping I could get a souvenir tonight. Maybe next time. Full count now, 3-2. Still no outs. Down the alley, and a fourth ball is delivered, and Parker Bleggy is heading to first base. Fans still upset about the previous ball. And the Sasquatch now have runners on first and second base, Bleggy and Crook. Trey Vorwald will be the next man up to bat, the right fielder for the Sasquatch. And the Big Sticks are in desperate need of a few good outs here, trying to stave off the Sasquatch. The pitch coming from Max Martin. Bunt was shown, and strike is called. Vorwald was trying to do a sack bunt style play, and when you have no outs to work with, it definitely helps your cause. Could see another sack bunt. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a sack fly either. An 0-1 count. It's all in Vorwald's hands. Goes past him for a second straight strike and an 0-2 count. Max Martin has been in this position a couple of times but hasn't been able to deliver that needed K as of yet. An 0-2 count. Trying to lock down another scoreless frame for the Badlands Big Sticks. Sends it down the alley, high into right field. Can the Big Sticks catch up with it? They cannot. It gets right through the gap. The Sasquatch on the run, and Crook isn't going to be able to get to home plate yet. The Big Sticks laid out with everything that they could that time, as it was right between center and right field. Quade Peters and Cam Crater tried to catch up with it, and they could not. And the Sasquatch, with these hits, are cleaning things up like Mr. Clean's Magic Eraser right now. The Big Sticks are going to have to respond in a hurry. Bases are now loaded, and we have Brian Rosales up to bat. Plus slider to the inside, and a 1 ball. 1-0 count. Great peril for the Badlands Big Sticks, still with no outs here in the top of the 7th. Things are going to have to change in a hurry for Max Martin. There's the strike, and a 1-1 count. The next pitch coming up for Brian Rosales. Big swing into left field, and the Big Sticks are right on top of it, but the Sasquatch want home plate. They want to run. They're going to get a run. Chaz Crook makes it. And the Sasquatch increase the lead to 7-4, their first run since the top of the 4th inning. They extend the lead now with 1 out. Catch was made in left field by the Big Sticks as Joe Osborne was able to meet up with it, but even still, the bases loaded situation came back to bite the Big Sticks. Sasquatch still have runners on first and second. An RBI single for Brian Rosales. Back to the top of the lineup with Luis Reyes. And a nice slider strike, 0-1 count. Max Martin still has yet to score a strikeout here in the top of the 7th. Another pitch results in a ball and a 1-1. Here's a 1-1 count. Down the alley. Yet another ball on a 2-1. And this is when the pressure is really getting applied to the Badlands Big Sticks. They have to understand the situation they are in, especially considering just how close Spearfish could be to putting this game out of hand. There's a strike. 2-2. Martin with a chance to get his first strikeout, but he's been in this situation before and just hasn't been able to get that. The Sasquatch seemingly have always had an answer whenever it gets down to 2 strikes. Can Martin get that much-needed third? The 2-2. This one delivered over towards left field, and everyone is safe. That was perfectly placed by Luis Reyes. He gets a single, and he keeps his teammates safe. Rosales at second, Trey Vorwald at third. And Jack Naylor will be the next man up to bat for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Big Sticks outfield is in a world of hurt right now, and you see Coach Cameron Guevara discussing strategy with his outfield right now, motioning towards Alex Erlob, a slider delivered. Guevara's insight very much needed at this point in time. Sasquatch drawing closer and closer to a revenge win. Bases are loaded once again with a 1-0 count. Fastball, and that is a strike, a 1-1. The Sasquatch with 8 hits on the night, and the difference between them and the Big Sticks has been with those hits, they've been able to capitalize and get runs. They've hit it into the gap a great many times. This one fouled off. Brings us to 1-2. But again, in this position, Max Martin, for whatever reason, just hasn't been able to get a strikeout. The Sasquatch have had an answer every step of the way. Big Sticks trying to answer the call. Martin, the pitch. This one swinging. Martin cannot catch it. A run's going to be scored, and everyone's going to be safe again. Deja vu, as Olivia Rodrigo would say, for Max Martin. It's like you're eating out of a pack of peanut M&Ms, but you're allergic right now. Just isn't working. A 1-2 count is taken away for Max. And the next man up to bat is going to be DJ Van Atten, as Jack Naylor is safe at first base. Bases are still loaded and an 8-4 lead. It was Parker Bleggy who was able to get to home. 1 out right now for the Sasquatch. The 1-ball pitch. This one just safe. And that'll be an easy out, but the Sasquatch are going to score yet another run with Trey Vorwald. It increases the lead to 9-4. And the Sasquatch are really beginning to pour it on here in Dickinson. It has been a long half inning. It hasn't been the worst case scenario, but 3 runs here in the top of the 7th has brought it from a 2-run game to a 5-run game in a hurry. Christian Soto up to bat. Slider and a strike. Soto with 1 hit, 1 RBI last night. Trying to contribute to the Spearfish Sasquatch in this game. He would be a tremendous help if he could deliver a big shot. And a second strike, 0-2 count. But again, a very familiar position for Max Martin. Can he finally get that first strikeout? 0-2, slider, that's a ball. And a 1-2 count. Soto still waiting in the box. Trying to deliver a game-ending shot. Runners on second and third right now for the Spearfish Sasquatch. 1-2. Contact is made. Catching up to it. Over to first. Can he make it in time? Yes! So the Badlands Big Sticks turn away the Sasquatch. And the score remains 9-4, but Spearfish, the excellence of execution in the top of the 7th inning. They score 3 runs. They've got a 5-run lead. Can the Big Sticks muster a response after the 7th inning stretch? We'll find out soon. Stay tuned here. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
Hi, I'm Robin Schwint, Marketing Manager at Consolidated, reminding you that when you come across a deal you think is pretty good, compare apples to apples. Sometimes when a deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is, and you might get stuck in something that just doesn't work for you. At Consolidated, we will find the best internet, phone, or cable TV package for you, all backed by the reliability and service from over 100 local employees. Plus, if you find a better deal out there, apples to apples, we will meet or beat that price. That's our guarantee. Consolidated, reach the world from here.
Welcome back to Dickinson, North Dakota. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. The Spearfish Sasquatch trying to clinch a victory to tie the series against the Badlands Big Sticks. Noah McCandless still on the mound for the Sasquatch. He had a very solid half inning last time. The Big Sticks have not scored since the bottom of the 4th inning, and they now trail by 5 runs. They've always had a response for the Sasquatch, but they have not been able to break it within 2 runs since the bottom of the 1st inning. If the Big Sticks are going to pull a miracle, they need it now. Leading off for the Big Sticks is number 10, Joe Osborne, who does have 1 hit and 1 run tonight. And the conductor of the crazy train looks to go off the rails again. Here's the pitch from McCandless. Strike is delivered. And a nice fastball at 85 miles per hour. Oh, 1 count. Contact is made over towards first. What a bounce, it goes in the air. Van Atten got the lollipop end. And it's going to be a safe play. Fuzzy end of that lollipop for DJ Van Atten. Joe Osborne is able to deliver a single, his 2nd hit of the game. Cooper Hill, the next man up. And if the Big Sticks can put together some consistent at-bats, they'll be in the position that they need. This one well to the inside. And even though though a pitcher can deliver a very solid half inning, it doesn't mean that you're completely out of it if you're the Big Sticks. You still have 3 chances, hypothetically, to bring this game back in your favor, and 5 runs is not insurmountable, although very tough to overcome. Big Sticks have only scored 4 runs in this game thus far in a 2-0 count. Fouled off into the net. That'll bring it to 2-1. Cooper Hill with 1 hit resulted in an RBI. That was earlier tonight. Looking for his second potential RBI, or perhaps at least his second hit of the night, to put the Big Sticks in position. Here's the 2-1, pickoff back to first. Van Atten brings it down. The Texas man sends this one up in the air. And everything is bigger in Texas, perhaps even the foul balls. Goes into the parking lot for the 2-2 count. We've seen a surplus of foul balls from the Big Sticks tonight, and you do wonder if the wind plays any role in that. The direction of a lot of these shots has been altered. We've not seen a single home run tonight after 3 home runs in last night's game. 2-2 count. Another foul ball. Same verse as the first. Goes out of play. And we stay at a 2-2 count. Remember that Joe Osborne is at first base right now. Does have a run on the game and has some very great base running skills. Hoping to put those to use. Could look for a steal here. 2-2 count to the inside. And that will bring us to 3-2. The full count for Noah McCandless. And a reminder, if one is needed, that the Badlands Big Sticks can clinch this series against the Spearfish Sasquatch with a win tonight, making Game 3 almost a tune-up style of game. This one to the outside. That's a walk issued by Noah McCandless, and all he can do is put his hand on his hip. The free base trip for Cooper Hill, and next up comes Danny Rogers. The Big Sticks' best hitter, an RBI and 2 hits on this game. The Big Sticks have runners on first and second base, trying to muster a response to the 3 runs that Spearfish was able to score in the top of the 7th. Rogers from Lorace College. We'll see what Danny has in store for Big Sticks. To the outside it goes. A 1-0 count. Fouls this one right into the net. And that will bring us to a 1-1. Rogers again, the junior catcher from Grays Lake, Illinois. Played in 43 games in 2022. He was primarily a designated hitter there. Led the American Rivers Conference with a .418 average. Can he do it one more time? 1-1. High in the air it goes, another foul. And that'll give it a 1-2 count. If anyone is going to bring the Big Sticks back into this game, you almost have to think that it has to be Rogers with what he's been able to do. He's had a sensational weekend for the Big Sticks. So many hits, so many times where he's answered the call and put the Big Sticks in position to win games. 1-2. Another foul. He extends his at-bat, and we stay at a 1-2 count. Here's Rogers once again. Big Sticks don't have any outs. They do have a bunt to work with if needed. Another foul into the net. And Rogers basically a troll at home plate now. Keeping it to where he is not going to get off of home plate, which he does so well. Even if he gets those foul balls, he finds a way to stay at home plate, but he has to deliver a fair shot at some point to put the Big Sticks in position, perhaps with bases loaded or maybe more. A 1-2 count with no outs. Here's Rogers. And another foul. And Danny Rogers again. It may be annoying to some, but as a batter, this is what you have to do. It also wears out the pitcher faster, and I think Rogers senses weakness in McCandless right now. And that might be what it takes for the Big Sticks to potentially get a game changer. This one delivered into right field. That might be the game changer. It goes into right, going towards home. The Sasquatch are able to get to home in time, or else that could have been a run for the Badlands Big Sticks. But now the bases are loaded. Joe Osborne, Cooper Hill, and Danny Rogers all safe. No outs. Timeout called by Jarrett Hunt. And there is no one warming up in the bullpen currently. He wants to try to ride this out with McCandless. Danny Rogers now with 3 hits on the game. That leads the team. Balas Buckmaster will be the next man up. The lone man besides Alex Erlob, who does not have a hit tonight. And one thing you have to say no matter what is that the Badlands Big Sticks, they embody the word tenacity. They are not going to quit fighting until their last breath. They have no outs. The bases are loaded. Balas Buckmaster trying to send this one to parts unknown. What can the second baseman do? Home plate umpire talking to Rosales. Here we go. Bases loaded. No outs. This one gets past home plate, but what a recovery and what a lucky bounce for Rosales. That looked like it would have been an utter disaster, but the padding did wonders. It goes right back into his glove, and what could have been a run does not happen. Balas had what looked like a home run earlier on in this game, sent it way to left field in what could have been a game changer for the Big Sticks. It didn't quite work out that way, but he's been the lone guy from either side who's been able to even get one really to that wall. Does he have another one in him? High into center field, back towards the track. It settles down right in front of the center fielder. The Big Sticks want to run. They want 2 runs. They're going to get 2 runs and maybe more. Going towards third now. He's going to be safe. Balas Buckmaster, the RBI double. Listen to this crowd. They explode like Krakatoa. We've got a 9-6 ball game, folks. How do you like that? For the Sasquatch, as the Beatles would say, help, they need somebody. Noah McCandless in a precarious position with runners on second and third, and there's no one at the moment coming to rescue him. And you have to think that head coach Jarrett Hunt is sitting on pins and needles right now, understanding the situation that his team finds themselves in, on the verge of something terrible. Next man up to bat for the Big Sticks after Balas Buckmaster. That was Buckmaster's first hit of the night, by the way. This one sent towards left field. It's brought in, going to third. Buckmaster, he is safe at third base, and they score a run. Now Spearfish, and there's the safe call. The Big Sticks have brought it back within 2. A delayed reaction, but Badlands still has no outs. They've got the safe. They've got a 9-7 game. An RBI single for Joe Osborne, his third RBI of the game. Second hit overall. And now another quick timeout by the Spearfish Sasquatch. And we will see the next man up for the Badlands Big Sticks. Isaac Huddle from the number 7 spot. He already has one hit, which was a double, and that was earlier tonight. Can he change the game one more time? Huddle fouls this one towards the backstop. Oh, 1 count. Noah McCandless in a precarious position. This one goes into the glove. Able to hold on to it is Rosales. The 1-1 count. We are now completely under the lights. Pickoff back to first. The RBI single scored just a second ago by Preston Jones. That was his first of the night. Blas Buckmaster had a 2 RBI shot. He's at third base right now. And strike called. 1-1. Ruling is going to be 2-1 actually. Missed a ball earlier. Both teams with 9 hits. The Big Sticks want to get to double digits. Here's Huddle. Big Sticks want the lead. Huddle, swing and a miss. And Isaac Huddle is going to go back to the dugout. So they ruled that instead they must have missed a strike on the scoreboard. So now Huddle goes back to the dugout, and that's the first out for the Spearfish Sasquatch here in the bottom of the 7th. But the show goes on, and Alex Erlob is up to bat, the lone Big Stick without a hit tonight. Runners on first and third. High arcing pitch and another ball by Noah McCandless. And the junior from Arvada, Colorado, feeling the pressure. Cracks this one for a foul ball, quickly out of play. Into the parking lot, taking off like Buzz Lightyear. 1-1 count. Erlob, the shortstop. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's a 1-2 count. Runners on first and third. Erlob sends this one over towards second for a quick out. Going to first. He's safe at first base, and the Big Sticks have brought it within 1. Alex Erlob with his first hit of the game, and it results in an RBI as Blas Buckmaster gets back home. That's Buckmaster's first run of the night. We have a 1-run game. After being held scoreless since the bottom of the 4th, the Big Sticks have scored 4 runs. Now just 1 away. Cam Crater from the 9 spot. Going towards first with the pickoff, and it is lodged right beneath first base. And actually, this is going to be a pinch hitter. Cam Crater out, Troy Berg is in. First action of the night. Here's Berg. High arcing pitch and a strike. And fans, none too happy. Another reemergence for the Boo Birds. Big Sticks have 1 runner on first base. It's been a solid inning, but they want to finish the job. They want to try to tie this game. This one high again. An 0-2, or rather 1-2 count. Berg. Slider, second strike. So now a 2-2 count. 2 outs. Runner on first. Berg. Struck him out. And McCandless gets a much-needed K, but a disastrous bottom of the 7th. The Big Sticks have a run party all over the place here at DCB&T, and we've got a 1-run game heading to the top of the 8th inning. Don't go anywhere, folks. The dramatic conclusion to this game is still yet to come.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, we're leaders in the egg industry. Our egg lenders grew up farming and ranching, and they understand egg operations.
With our agribusiness lending experience, we can help you with your financing.
We specialize in egg real estate, operating lines of credit, and cattle and machinery financing. To serve you, we need to hear you.
So stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Welcome back to DCB&T Ballpark, and listen to Sweet Caroline, the ultimate ballpark song. And the fans have reason to be in a joyous mood. The Badlands Big Sticks have brought this game within 1 run. What was seemingly a blowout in the works has quickly changed, but to even get in that position, it required the Spearfish Sasquatch scoring 3 runs of their own in the top of the 8th. So now the Sasquatch have a chance to do just what they did in the top of the 7th, add more runs, and try to once again put this game out of reach because Max Martin is still on the mound. And immediately they're going to say that it just misses, tagging Daniel Thiessen, and Thiessen is shaken up. Looked like it almost made contact with him. I'm not sure. Home plate umpire ruling that it did not. Now looks like Coach Jarrett Hunt wants to talk things over. And boy, that is not a good sight. Clutching at that wrist, it appears. And of course, you never want to see an injury, especially this early on in the season. Holding on to it. Let's get a replay. Here's the pitch. Comes down on the curve, and oh yeah, there you go. Strikes him right above that left hand. And that's where it resulted from. Daniel Thiessen, let's hope he's okay. He's still gonna go from the box, and you gotta admire the guts that he's showing right here. That is a tough pitch to take and then immediately go for. The 0-1 count, no outs. Martin still searching for his first strikeout. And strike 2 called. He was in this position a lot in the top of the 7th and couldn't deliver. Can he do it this time? Here's Max Martin. Contact is made, grounded towards third, going towards first. Can they get the out? Yes, they can! Beautiful toss. Alex Erlob, the shortstop, gets the job done. He gets it to Cooper Hill. They get the out. Sasquatch have 1 down. Chaz Crook, the next man up. Number 6 on the lineup from Orem, Utah. The Big Sticks have a much-needed first out. Max Martin. High arcing pitch and a ball. A 1-0 count. Now approaching 9 o'clock Mountain Time here in Dickinson, North Dakota. We've been going for close to 2.5 hours now, probably over 2.5 hours actually. A 1-0 count. Martin, well to the outside on the slider. Second straight ball and a 2-0. Spearfish had a lot of success exploiting Martin's pitching style, but Martin kind of changing it up a little bit here in the top of the 8th, and it's working wonders. And another strike is delivered. Chaz Crook catches nothing but air. We now have a 2-1. The 2-1 count. Contact is made, grounded towards the shortstop, Erlob again. He gets the second out here in the top of the 8th. Alex Erlob doing it all. Next man up, Parker Bleggy for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Number 5, the left fielder. And it is amazing to see how in the top of the 7th, Spearfish seemingly had all the momentum. They scored 3 straight runs. They were up by 5 at the end of that half inning, and yet the Big Six, they didn't falter. They didn't let the moment overtake them. They stuck to their guns, scored 4 runs, came right back, and now they have a chance to get one more out and be in position to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th. That'll be fouled, and an 0-1 count. And again, the Big Sticks can clinch the series with a victory tonight on this ILB opening series. Trying to move to 2-0 on the year. Trying to replicate the success that they had last year in the season opening series in Spearfish against the Sasquatch. 0-1 count. Grounded again, same position, this time picked up for another out. The third baseman gets the job done for the Big Sticks. It was Preston Jones who brought it over to Cooper Hill. The Big Sticks with a fantastic frame, and they have a chance in the bottom of the 8th to take this game for themselves. Don't go anywhere, folks. Stick around for a little more fun. We'll be right back.
I wonder how much my car is worth. I just don't drive it anymore.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
I'm tired of my old car. I just want something different.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
What about boats and campers?
Dan Porter Motors will buy it. Now, for a limited time, Dan Porter Motors will give you the most for your car, boat, pickup, camper, motorcycle, jet ski, tractor. You get the picture. Just stop in, give them the keys, and they'll write you a check. It's that simple. See Dan Porter Motors, 58601.
Big Boy Toys.
Welcome back to Dickinson, North Dakota, live at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning where the Badlands Big Sticks, they are 1 run away from tying this game after being down by 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th. An opportunity for an improbable comeback here on a Wednesday night in Dickinson. And we are back to the top of the lineup with Quade Peters, who has 1 hit and 1 run tonight. Peters trying to tie this game up. Quade sends it, launches it to right field. A beauty of a base hit. Quade Peters is safe. That's how you do it, my friend. Right down the alley it went. The Big Sticks bats are heating up once again. As hot as the surface of Venus. The next at bat, Joe Osborne. He's got 2 hits and 1 run tonight. And the left fielder has made some sensational plays in his position. from Hickman, Nebraska. Plays out of Doane University. Looking to shred this ball like a guitar solo. And it gets away from the catcher, Rosales. Peters to second. And he's going to go all the way. Nope. We're going to stop. We're going to go back. Quade Peters parallel parks it into second base and stays put. Probably a good decision. That would have been maybe a little bit too overambitious. So a 1-0 count. Not the worst thing for the Spearfish Sasquatch, but things are quickly going off the rails on a crazy train with Joe Osborne. A 1-0 count. Big swing into left field. It settles down. Here comes Quade Peters. He's going to go to third and stay right there. And a single for Joe Osborne. Crowd getting fired up one more time. They feel it in their bones. No outs for the Big Sticks. Next man up, Cooper Hill. Get ready, folks. We're approaching liftoff. Rosales making a signal to Noah McCandless, who, after a very strong start in the top of the sixth, or in the bottom of the sixth rather, has had things somewhat come apart as of late. The Big Sticks with runners on first and third, and now a stoppage of play, and a good one at that too, because things were quickly going awry for the Sasquatch. And we see a quick conversation ensuing on the mound. And play that Jeopardy music. We'll see how long it takes. Right now, this is a moment for the Spearfish Sasquatch to settle things down. For Noah McCandless to catch his breath, because he really hasn't had a chance to since he's gotten in this game. And the Big Sticks have been eating him alive as of late. Big Sticks need just one run to tie this game. They do not have any outs. The batters continue to heat up. And they're trying to get out of this half inning with the lead. Cooper Hill, the first baseman, made some fantastic infield plays in the top of the eighth to get 3 outs for the Big Sticks. 9-8 game. Sent in for a strike. A chance also to discuss signals between pitcher and catcher. And that is working to the benefit of the Spearfish Sasquatch right here. An 0-1 count. Cooper Hill. This one a high arcing ball. A 1-1 count. And another thing to note, the wind has somewhat shifted, not as drastic, and a bit more towards right field now. Something to note. Hill, high arcing ball towards left field, towards the foul area. It settles down in play, and the Spearfish Sasquatch get a much needed out. A bit of a mistake from Cooper Hill, but here comes Danny Rogers. He had a grand slam in yesterday's game, as we've mentioned so many times. The team leader in RBIs. He has 3 hits tonight. He's almost a guaranteed hit every time he gets into position. And the Big Sticks have runners on first and third. Quade Peters and Joe Osborne. And Peters, he's got that Barry Allen speed when necessary. Here we go. Grounded away. Here comes Peters to home plate. Tie game. The Badlands Big Sticks have tied this game after a 5-run deficit in the bottom of the 7th. And the Spearfish Sasquatch have had this one get through their fingers. We've got a 9-9 game. And by the way, that is going to send Danny Rogers over to first base. The Big Sticks with runners on first and second, and Balas Buckmaster the next man up. Quade Peters now with 2 runs on the night. Balas has 1 hit, 2 RBIs, and 1 run tonight. He has been an incredibly solid player. Nine to 9. 1 out. A low pitch results in a ball and a 1-0 count. Bloss, one of the best collegiate Alaskan baseball players of all time. Came to North Dakota, trying to prove himself at Dickinson State. Trying to do it one more time. Strike is called and a 1-1 count. The crowd revving it up, trying to will Bloss. Contact is made, it's fouled. That's going to be a 1-2. There's Joe Osborne at second base. Danny Rogers is at first. This game tied at 9. 1-2 count. The Big Sticks do have 1 out to work with. We could see a sac bunt or a sac fly if that's what Bloss wants to go for. And this one high, it almost tagged Bloss, and they're going to call this a ball for a 2-2 count. And wait a second, a mistake was made. They tried to go back, and everyone's safe. Are you kidding me? Noah McCandless was trying to get it to second base, and guess what? Chaz Crook was not aware that that was going to happen. Luis Reyes wasn't either. It got past both of them. And now the Big Sticks have a runner on third in Joe Osborne. And he struck him out almost. Instead, it's going to be a 2-2. It's a foul ball. Just enough contact. The 2-2 count with 1 out. Osborne on third. Rogers on first. Bloss at home plate. Here's Buckmaster. Checks it back. And the call is a ball. Full count now. Just enough to keep it away from a strike. 3-2. Still a chance for the Big Sticks to take the lead. They only have 1 out. Buckmaster, high away into left field, chasing it down, and bringing it in is Luis Reyes. Spearfish able to stave off one more Big Sticks hitter, the second out here in the bottom of the 8th. Pinch hitter for the Big Sticks, and look who it is. He usually plays pitcher, it's Kobe Krenz. First time we've called his name all night. But sometimes you gotta bring in the big guns, and the local product, the fan favorite, Kobe Krenz. He's at home plate. Checks it back for a ball, and a 1-0 count. Kobe, of course, in the past has had an ERA of 4.94 with Dickinson State, had 5 wins and 63 strikeouts. Also went to Dickinson High School, plays for the Big Sticks. In many ways, he's Mr. Dickinson baseball. That one a strike. Brings us to 1-1. Spearfish trying to strand 2 Big Sticks runners. To the outside. That's a ball on the cutter. 2-1. Here's Krenz. Contact is made, and he can't make the catch. Big Sticks have the lead. An improbable comeback in DC B&T Ballpark. Joe Osborne reaches home. We've got a 10-9 lead in Kobe Krenz, an RBI single. Quade Peters and now Joe Osborne have runs here in the bottom of the 8th. They started off the inning, and they're finishing this inning in grand style. Isaac Huddle, the next man up to bat. 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Badlands Big Sticks. Oh, 1 count. And again gets past the catcher, and the Big Sticks have runners on second and third. Rosales couldn't capture it. It's a 1-1 count. Big Sticks trying to get some insurance runs. Outside pitch. Results of these, we'll see in the top of the...
Are part of everyday life for all of us.
Favorite thing about my street?
My co-op.
It isn't just about electricity.
It's about power.
The power of information.
About safety.
Efficiency. Technology.
I am the co-op.
I am the co-op.
And the co-op
is me.
Welcome back to DCB&T Ballpark. The Badlands Big Sticks with a 10-9 lead, and the closer, Kyler Beekman, is in. The junior right-handed pitcher from Elkhorn, Nebraska, plays out of Doane University. He had 16 appearances with a 4-1 record, 35 innings pitched, an ERA of 2.57, 34 strikeouts, and he sent Doane to the GPAC tournament this past year. Last night he closed out a victory against Spearfish, was able to help Badlands to a 1-0 record. Now he's being tasked with doing it again. The Sasquatch are in desperate need of a big shot and some miracle work. Right now it's Trey Vorwald, Brian Rosales, and Luis Reyes who are the men who are due up to bat. Here in the top of the 9th inning. For those just joining us, you have missed a wild game. The Big Sticks were down 9-4 in the bottom of the 7th inning, scored 4 runs, and then added 2 more in the bottom of the 8th for good measure. They have scored 5 unanswered to take a 1-run lead. The Sasquatch trying to avoid an 0-2 start to the season, and yet another series loss to the Badlands Big Sticks. And I talked with coaches Michael Cavini and Cameron Guevara coming into this game about how important this game was and what it meant against the Spearfish Sasquatch. You could tell by their expression, by their intensity, by their drive that this game and this series meant all the more. Considering what happened last year, considering that Spearfish took out the Big Sticks in the Great Plains Division Series, this game has continued to mean more and more and is stuck in the minds of both the coaches and the Big Sticks players. Can the Big Sticks lock it down for a series clincher? Beekman, his first action tonight. This is Trey Vorwald from Milliken. There you see the signal to the catcher, Danny Rogers. Here's Beekman. Slider and a strike. Perfect start for Kyler Beekman, and you can tell he's got some confidence from the mound right now. Big swing into right field. Quickly goes out of play for a foul ball. Towards the Sasquatch bullpen. And now an 0-2 count for Spearfish. And Trey Vorwald is on the verge of getting struck out. And third verse, same as the first. It goes out of play for a foul ball. And we stay at an 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2. A slider too far to the outside. First ball for Kyler Beekman in a 1-2 count. But Beekman, when he's in his element, is as unstoppable as Joey Chestnut in a hot dog eating contest. And he just showed it right there. Strikeout for Beekman. A beautiful K. Let's see it again. Forwald swung and he hit nothing. Next up, it's going to be number 26 for the Spearfish Sasquatch, a pinch hitter. Keegan Weston, his first action of the game. He played catcher last night. Slider again. No strike this time. Instead, a 1-0 count for Kyler Beekman. 1 out for the Big Sticks. Sasquatch in desperation mode. Weston sends this one high into right field. Fly ball. And caught. Second out. The Big Sticks are 1 away. The Sasquatch are heading back to the top of the lineup with Luis Reyes, but they are again in a huge, desperate mode right now. Kyler Beekman has delivered 2 outs for the Big Sticks. The closer for this team wants 1 more. Slider, and it's a ball. 1-0 count. Slider again, strike. The crowd is ramping it up with a 1-1 count. The earth is shaking. The pitch is coming. Big swing into right field, looking for the catch, and it just gets past his glove. Luis Reyes wants second. He's got a long way to go. He's got second. He might be able to get third. He will. Luis Reyes with the triple. And the Big Sticks thought that he didn't make it to third base, but the umpire ruled differently. There you see the throw going back. The Big Sticks trying to recover in time. And now a triple. Luis Reyes in position. The Big Sticks almost clinched it right there. The DH, Jack Naylor, next up to bat. And again, the crowd comes alive. Danny Rogers, the catcher, also has to be careful here. Jack Naylor, slider, and a ball for Kyler Beekman. The DH, and looks like it was ruled as a foul. Not gonna call it a tag, it's a 1-1. That would have given the Sasquatch 2 runners on base. Doesn't matter yet. Big Sticks need just 2 more strikes to clinch the series. Beekman, the slider again, and another ball. 2-1, crowd not enthused with that call. Now approaching 3 hours. The chant picking up. Here we go, Big Sticks. This one fouled. That'll be the second strike. We've got a 2-2 count, 1 away now. The crowd is shaking the earth one more time. Kyler Beekman to complete the comeback. And that's a ball too high and a full count. It's now or never for Jack Naylor and the Spearfish Sasquatch. The payoff and perhaps the game. Beekman, slider, struck him out! Game over! The Badlands Big Sticks come back from the brink with a 5-run comeback to win 10-9 against the Spearfish Sasquatch, and they clinch the series. Kyler Beekman, a hero once again. 10-9. How do you like that? The Badlands Big Sticks with a beautiful sequence. They never faltered. They never let the circumstances define them. They found a way. They fought, scratched, and clawed their way to a 10-9 victory. And there are so many players to highlight. And we're going to talk about all that and more when we come back after the break, folks. Stay tuned for post-game coverage. We'll be right back here from DC B&T Ballpark.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Clogged or slow-moving drains are no match for Josh and his licensed techs at Unplugged Drain Cleaning of Dickinson. They provide 24-hour service to solve all your sewer problems, using only the best equipment along with the latest drain camera technology to resolve issues while maintaining the integrity of your pipes. They take pride in thoroughly explaining your options, providing free estimates and great service, and making sure your issues are resolved permanently. Contact Unplugged Drain Cleaning at 701-290-9737 or online at unpluggeddrains.com.
Western Cooperative Credit Union is your local loan headquarters. Thinking about a new car or truck, ATV, boat, or RV? We'll make the process quick and easy. Call us today. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way. Western Cooperative Credit Union is dedicated to offering you the best financial services around. We're local, we're personal, and we're great at what we do for you. Join the herd. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean-burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company, locally owned, locally strong, the products you need with the service you deserve.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark, where the Badlands Big Sticks have just pulled off a stunning comeback against the Spearfish Sasquatch here on Wednesday night. A 10-9 victory for the Big Sticks. They clinched the series now with a 2-0 record in ILB play, and they did it the hard way with so many great contributions from so many great players. Hard to pick one single one, but tonight Quade Peters is going to be our player of the game. Fantastic play all around, scored many clutch runs, a bunch of great hits, including the tying run in the bottom of the 8th to get it to 9-9. He was then followed over by Joe Osborne, who made it a 10-9 game. The Big Sticks clinched the victory, and now they will play tomorrow with the potential of a series sweep on the line against their arch rivals. A game that probably not many saw them winning, but these Badlands Big Sticks, they do not quit for anything. They always have a little bit more fight left in them. Well, folks, I hope you have enjoyed tonight. It has been a blast here from Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. We'll be right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, Consolidated Channel and Mixler. Make sure to tune in for Spearfish versus Badlands Part 3. So for all of our entire crew here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark, for all of you watching at home, I am Dylan Simmons saying so long and always have an electric night.